The following contest is no holds barred. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Maria Bennett from Boston, Massachusetts, the Miracle, Mike Bennett!
And you heard what Mike Bennett said moments ago. The Impact Grand Championship not on the line here tonight. No judges, no rounds, and no holds barred against Moose. A little bit of a cliche here, but is the Miracle Mike Bennett fighting off more than he can handle?
Well, you know what? When we look back at what we witnessed less than 24 hours ago, well, the Miracle handled himself pretty well during that Impact Grand Championship matchup. And now that we're about to be in a no-holds-barred type match, oh, man, it could go either way.
Don't underestimate the Miracle's wife, Maria. She will get her hands dirty.
And now, introducing his opponent. From Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 299 pounds, this is Moose.
You look at Moose, and on the surface, he looks like a dude that's just gonna bowl you over. And then he gets inside the ring, and the man can move around like a star of the X Division. Moonsaults, all sorts of high-flying springboards, fresh off a victory in defending his Impact Grand Championship. Did you agree with the judge's decision from last night?
Absolutely.
And now the Miracle from behind, not going to give you an opportunity to answer that question. Mike Bennett is doing what he can to take advantage. It's underway. The bell's rung. This match is official. Again, no holds barred.
Well, it was going to be a great segue to Pope's next point. I agreed with the decision, but I also agree with what Mike Bennett is doing right now. He's got the jump start on the big man, very smart of the Miracle.
No, we'll still wait your first ever great segue as Mike Bennett. He got the early jump start on Moose, and he continues to go to work. Smiles on the face of Maria, but how do you prepare for Moose?
There's that athleticism you were talking about. You just underestimate. Well, hell, you better not do that. But you don't expect a guy like Moose, as big as he is, to do the things that he does.
Anything goes and no holds barred, and the Miracle thought he had a great start. Don't take your eyes off of the big man. Mike Bennett avoids disaster and takes advantage.
Yeah, very smart to get out of the way there. Slow the momentum from the onset.
Like a 777 flying through the air, and Mike Bennett needed to get out of the way.
And immediately, very smart. Again, I agree with what I'm seeing right now from the Miracle. It's a no-holds-barred match. Use what you can use, which is anything to your advantage.
No holds barred, don't hold anything back, don't wait.
Yeah, why wait?
And now a ladder being implemented by the Miracle, Mike Bennett. What a year Mike Bennett had in 2016. Burst onto the scene here, made his debut in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Would go on to pin EC3, the first man to ever pin EC3 in his career.
So you can say what you will about the Miracle, but being the first man to pin EC3, what that says is that the Miracle knows how to get it done. And Moose is getting it done with those thunderous chops.
You don't want to try to match power with Moose. Look at his back. Basically engulfs the entire screen.
You can put a platter for 6 on that.
Firing up the fans here in the Impact Zone. Oh, what a boot! Right to the side of the face of Mike Bennett.
And there's Maria, as we just saw, very concerned for her man.
And remember, it was the Miracle who brought this ladder into play. And now he's in a world of trouble here.
What does Moose have in mind?
With this man, anything. Moose, he's ready to fly, and Maria right there to pull the Miracle out of harm's way.
Well, there's that wild card that you spoke of, Maria. We know she will get involved. We just witnessed it. This was to save her man.
Moose trying to change his game plan here, and oh, like a lawn dart. This sends the Miracle back into that ladder.
Putting him right back in position, so whatever the game plan, whatever the thought process was with Moose, he's going back to it.
You know, we've seen Moose do so many different things. It's hard to game plan for Moose because you don't know what you're going to get from him. And look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Oh! Look at the ladder! That was a game changer.
Yeah. I don't know whether to say pun intended or not, but you're definitely right.
Well, that's what Moose calls his signature maneuver, but this will change the outcome of this matchup. Wow!
Only if the Miracle can take advantage of it right now and capitalize instantly on this opportunity.
And I think that's what the Miracle's trying to do here, setting up a table at ringside in this no-holds-barred, anything-goes match, getting the assist from his wife, Maria.
He has to hurry because the Moose is getting to his feet. He's trying to get back up.
The hardware set up at ringside. Moose is back inside the ring, and Mike Bennett in hot pursuit.
You saw that sense of urgency from Bennett. He got the big man down.
I think Bennett a little bit frustrated there for a second because I think he thought he had more time.
Yeah. Well, when you keep the pressure on, you keep the heat on the opponent, you can buy yourself some time. Bennett just did that, and now he's putting the chairs in the ring to possibly end this thing.
Mike Bennett's got the steel chairs inside the six-sided ring. He set up a table on the outside. It was Moose who went through the ladder on the outside. Now Bennett, steel chair in hand. Bennett trying to take out Moose once and for all. And a big shot there by Moose.
You know, that big back was right there, was ready for the Miracle to lay waste to Moose. But I think he wanted something else. He wanted to go for the head, and it cost him.
And Moose off the ropes. Drop toe hold there by Mike Bennett, and Moose goes head first off the steel chair.
I've said it time and time again. You can get the big man Moose off his feet, but keeping him down is the hard part. And now the Miracle, Mike Bennett, is looking around thinking, okay, I got this. He's feeling a little cocky, a little confidence. We see this with him all the time. I've been in several street fights over my career, and I'm telling you.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Moose got his hands up. Tried to block that steel chair, covered by the Miracle, shoulders down, and Moose kicks out at two.
Way to go in immediately for the cover. That's what you want to do after you deliver a shot. I'm not sure if the Miracle knew that he didn't connect because the big man Moose got his hands up. But man, use it.
Oh, so devious is Mike Bennett. We've seen that throughout his career here in Impact Wrestling. We were talking last night when we were live, and we were talking about Mike Bennett. He didn't win the World Championship, but he was always affecting, it seemed like, the World Championship last year.
Yeah, he was always right there, one reach away from securing the title.
And Moose with a drop kick through the chair, through the Miracle.
The leaping ability of the big man Moose, the former NFL professional football player. I mean, this is just, how much does Moose weigh? Almost 300 pounds?
299 pounds, 6'6". He's not supposed to be able to do things like this.
And I mean, he got straight up to the face of Moose, Bennett, who was perched on that top turnbuckle.
Moose trying to build on the momentum here, back to his feet, and now just crushes Mike Bennett in the buckle. And here comes Moose. Oh!
Powerbomb delivered with 5 out of senton.
And Moose looking for one more. He's adding to this combination. A moonsault off the second. Moose with the cover. Outside leg is hooked, and Bennett somehow pops free at two.
So close, nice flurry of offense there by the big man Moose. But he got to give a little bit more if he want to keep Bennett down for a 3 count.
Think about what you just saw. A pop-up powerbomb. The senton, that's 299 pounds, into the abdominal of Mike Bennett, and then a moonsault.
Yeah, and Bennett is still, somehow he was able to kick out. He's still getting up to his feet. Now you got Moose looking to go for the game changer.
Bennett saw it coming. And Mike Bennett counters. Bennett playing defense. Another shot to Moose.
It's very smart, very smart. Keep it coming.
Oh, and this time Moose is one step ahead of the Miracle.
And Moose going back to the game plan.
Load him up again.
Looking for the game changer.
And Bennett was looking for a counter by Moose.
And Moose yet again.
Locked and loaded, and Bennett again counters.
Big kick to the Bushmaker.
Oh, what a shot, what a jab.
Classic Moose.
Oh, and Bennett again.
Oh, boy.
Bennett looking for a pile driver.
Oh, boy.
Looking for a pile driver. Moose is down.
We haven't seen a power drama like that since Paul Orndorff.
And Mike Bennett perhaps looking for another pile driver here.
If he hits his own
It's a steel chair.
it's over.
Moose is down. Bennett with the cover. The leg is hooked, and somehow, some way, Moose kicks out at 2.
How in the world was Moose able to kick out? We're talking about the champion, Impact Grand Champion, just showing his guts right now, saying, hey, I'm not going to lose this thing to the Miracle.
But Moose is down, and Moose is in trouble. Maria looking on.
Championship may not be on the line, but there's a lot of pride on the line, my friend.
And if Mike Bennett wins this match, he will want to challenge Moose yet again for the Impact Grand Championship. This rivalry developed so quickly between these two former friends. It was Mike Bennett who brought Moose into Impact Wrestling. And Moose, every time Bennett goes up, Moose is right there.
Go to hell, my Moose!
Miracle planted, shoulders down, and Bennett kicks out at 2.
Oh, man, both of these competitors are bringing everything that they can, throwing everything at each other.
And moments ago, it was Moose who was down. Looked to be out in this match, and now the ladder back into play. The first weapon of choice in this matchup. The ladder set up in the turnbuckle by Moose. What does he have in mind here for the Miracle? Mike Bennett.
Whatever he has in mind is not good for Mike Bennett, that's for sure.
The big man, and look at Maria picking the ankle.
And it's the wild card Maria coming into play.
And here comes Mike Bennett. Set up on the turnbuckle by Moose, and right to the eyes.
Moose is looking for it to go to hell again.
And Mike Bennett looking for a tornado DDT out of the buckle. He got him.
He connects.
And now Moose right in front of the ladder. Here comes Mike Bennett. Oh, what a back body drop.
Huge into the steel ladder.
And Bennett slid all the way down the ladder.
Yeah, that
like
makes
a grater on his back.
certainly that had to hurt. Keith mentioned in the truck with the replay. Look at this.
This is cringeworthy. One more look. Watch Mike Bennett. Ooh. Bennett writhing in pain. Moose in control. Bennett sidesteps. Moose lands on the apron, and another big shot by the Miracle.
Like Moose was trying to get his hands up to block that big boot, but the Miracle put it in a whole different spot.
And an incredible one-on-one match here between the Miracle, Mike Bennett, and Moose. Confidence starting to grow in Maria in the background.
You think she's feeling good right now by her man?
Maria most likely feeling good. Not sure the back of Mike Bennett is feeling good. And he's trying to do whatever he can here.
Yeah, I'm sure the impact hurt, but sliding down that ladder, that probably hurt just as bad, if not worse.
And now Mike Bennett, remember he set up this table. And what does Bennett have in store here? What is this man thinking?
He's going to try to powerbomb.
Hey, look at this! What a counter, and Bennett through the table!
The back of Mike Bennett has to be feeling in the worst way right now.
This is One Night Only live. It's no holds barred between the Miracle Mike Bennett and Moose.
Here's another look at it. I think the Miracle is going to try to go for a powerbomb, but Moose was able to reverse it with the backdrop.
One more look. Mike Bennett thought he was in control, trying to put away Moose, and a big-time counter through the table. And now Moose
bringing out some more hardware.
and the fans in the Impact Zone respond. to the table being introduced now by Moose. It backfired earlier for the Miracle Mike Bennett. Maybe Moose will have better luck with introducing a table.
Well, he's had, I think he's 2 for 2. One with the
Yeah, exactly. Great
one
point.
with the table. So maybe he's looking for a little 3 for 3. Mike Bennett had a little success with the chairs, but not much at this point.
But right now, you'd have to say that Moose is firmly in control.
Absolutely.
Of this no-holds-barred contest.
Moose looking to finish it.
Mike Bennett laid out here on the table. Moose, big shots here.
Talk about those big chops.
As if to say, don't move. Stay right here.
They're so stinging. Here's
What
Moose.
in the world? What in the world? Moose catches his footing and a cutter through the table.
He had no idea that the Miracle had moved. Just that little stutter step, it caused the Moose. Woo.
Watch this when Moose, right here, his foot got caught, and that may have cost him big time. May have cost him the match. One more look at that cutter. The Miracle's trying to call into position, go for the cover here. He's got Moose down, shoulders down, and the Miracle was that close. Moose kicked out.
Yeah, when that table broke, man, it sounded like broken bones. Just a split second there. The Moose tried to get his footing together. He had no idea that the Miracle was off that table, and just like that, the Miracle hit that cutter.
How did Moose kick out?
Will. Pure will to survive and come out on top and not let this man, Mike the Miracle Bennett, come out on top.
Moose is down. Mike Bennett still writhing in pain. His back's got to be giving him all sorts of trouble here. But Bennett's still trying to hang on. Bennett's trying to put away Moose. Bennett's trying to win this match, win this rivalry. Make Moose regret turning his back in Bennett's mind on the Miracle.
Talk about back. The Miracle is holding his back, man, because he's in so much pain. Look at the welts.
Yeah, and look at the lower back of Mike Bennett. It may be sliced open.
That Miracle went into a discus punch there.
Right there, great shot. Great shot of the back, the kidney area of the Miracle Mike Bennett. And Moose!
Game changer!
Rocks Bennett! Moose needs to go for the cover. He's got one arm draped over the Miracle, shoulders down, and what the hell is she doing?
There's no holds barred. No holds barred matchup.
Moose had this match won. Maria knew it.
Yeah.
She has no business being in the ring.
I agree with you, but it's very smart by Maria to do that. Very smart.
How long do these two go? Oh, a spear from Bennett to his wife, Maria.
And this place is just exploded.
Come on, Moose.
Game changer delivered.
Bennett's down. Maria's not there to save him, and Moose is victorious.
The winner of the match, Moose.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your hard-to-kill main event of the evening. It is a six-man tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number one first. He is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Moose.
He stands 6 feet 6.5 inches tall. He weighs in at 270 pounds. He has dropped 20 pounds. He truly is hyper-focused on being the best. Drafted in 2006 for the National Football League, it wasn't rough enough for him. So Moose found the sport of professional wrestling, and he is here tonight at Hard to Kill.
tag team partner from Detroit, Michigan, Chris Sabin.
With 20-plus years of experience, this young man certainly has left an indelible mark on our sport. He is a former IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion, and the reason that statement carries weight is because he did it with Alex Shelley, who was supposed to be in this match, now is no longer in this match. So D'Lo Brown, Chris Sabin has to find a different gear. I certainly believe he's capable.
Oh, I have no doubt that he will find that gear and he will execute it to perfection. I have no doubt.
And their tag team partner from Baltimore, Maryland, he is the Impact World Champion, Swann.
You know, D'Lo, so many experts are saying tonight is such a big night for Impact, such a big night for Impact. I think tonight's a big night for AEW as well, because their fans and their champion get to see the very best wrestler in the Impact locker room. They get to experience Rich Swann, and I don't think that's something people should sleep on.
Absolutely. The AEW fans get to see the best that Impact Wrestling has to offer. The world gets to see the best that Impact Wrestling has to offer, and right there, you're looking at him, the Impact World Champion.
Nearly 20 titles, none more prestigious than the one he captured recently. Of course, the Impact title. Rich Swann, trained by our friends Adam Flash and Ruckus, shouting out some of those old Maryland and Northeast names.
Their opponents first, from Tokyo, Japan, the Big LG Doc Gallows, Machine Gun Carl Anderson. They are the Impact World Tag Team Champions. They are the Good Brothers.
On the left, you see Carl Anderson, a veteran of 21 years, trained under the watchful eye of Roger Ruffin. He has captured nearly 25 championships. He has recently made the stateside transition because Carl Anderson has forged his career in the rings of Japan. That man right there, Doc Gallows, 6 feet 8 inches tall, 300 pounds, also nearly 20 years of experience, and essentially, this is just a farm boy from the Mid-Atlantic who has turned into a good brother.
Yeah, he is just one of the toughest SOBs I've ever seen around wrestling. Both of these men are great professional wrestlers. They've been all over the world, but their home is Impact Wrestling.
Now, we wait for the moment that people will remember. They will tell their children where they were the night Kenny Omega stepped inside of an Impact Wrestling ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to introduce to you a man so special. There is only one person on earth that has the linguistic capacity to do a proper introduction. This man is a legend in his early 30s. Gotch, Hackenschmidt, Fez, Race, Flair, Hogan, all pale in comparison and are all insects in the shadow of the god of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, the wrestling capital of the world, at 224 pounds, he is your AEW World Champion, Kenny, by God, Omega!
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the moment the world has been waiting for. Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, is about to walk out on an Impact Wrestling stage. This is a big fight feel. Can you feel it? Can you feel the energy?
He's making everyone wait. A true superstar knows how to make an entrance. A man that has revolutionized our sport, Kenny Omega. If you want to go and research his career once this show is over, please do so. Understand the trials and tribulations, the miles this man has put underneath his waistline to carry that prestigious title that sits along his waist. Kenny Omega from Winnipeg, Canada, giving all young kids in Winnipeg another athlete to look up to. Back in the day, they grew up looking at Dale Howard-Schuff, or maybe now Blake Wheeler. Now you look at a guy like Kenny Omega, and you have something to attach yourself to beyond the great sport of hockey.
He's giving the youngsters out there something that they can attain, something they can look forward to. And here he is, Kenny Omega, circling the ring. Once again, making everyone wait. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is just sit back, let's watch, and let's see how this plays out. And I guarantee you we're all going to be entertained by what we're about to see.
Having someone like Kenny Omega in this match, it changes everything. Having someone like Kenny Omega walk through the halls of Impact, having someone like Kenny Omega have his own private dressing room in the back of Skyway Studios, that can't sit well with all the other men and women that have built this company. Look at Sabin, look at Moose, look at Swann. Forget their differences. Impact was built on their backs.
Yes.
They cannot feel good about that as Brian Hebner just takes a quick tumble. He's been assigned this task. D'Lo, break this down for us.
Like right now, it's you see the lines are being drawn. On one side, you've got Moose and Sabin and Rich Swann, and they're standing up for the pride of Impact Wrestling. And on the other side, you've got the Good Brothers, who are almost turncoats. And by God, Kenny Omega coming to prove that he thinks AEW is the more powerful, more prestigious championship and company. This is going to be one hell of a battle. I don't see a chess match here. I see a bunch of fists flying and feet flying and clotheslining and people getting the snot knocked out of their mouth. And this is going to be one hell of a match.
Of course, this match, a joint promotion, if you will, All Elite Wrestling and Impact. And with that, we say hello to Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. They do the commentary for All Elite Wrestling. What I like that AEW does is they give wrestlers without a contract a chance.
Yes.
You know, and I saw guys like Mike Magnan from New York get an opportunity, things like that. What does that mean for wrestling when AEW gives people opportunity?
Well, once again, that opportunity breeds place to go. It gives you something to aspire for. And when they're giving guys opportunities like that, like we do here at Impact Wrestling, it gives you something to strive for. So my hat's off to them. I tip my hat to them, but, you know, power and elbow lockup.
See Carl Anderson controlling the arm of Chris Sabin. Both of these guys have made careers as tag team wrestlers, but make no mistake, they're equally as effective on their own. Sabin moves through the pressure, the athleticism of Chris Sabin into the arm drag.
You see Sabin elevate the pace of the matchup real quick and take Anderson out of his game plan, because Anderson wanted to slow this match down, grind it down, right. And Sabin had nothing to do with that.
You know, we saw Don Callis trying to pander to Moose. My question is, what becomes of the useful idiot when he is no longer useful? It wasn't rhetorical.
You know, he gets thrown out the pasture.
Carl Anderson controlling the wrist of Chris Sabin, sends him into the turnbuckle. Sabin using the bottom ropes to get away. Hits the opposite side, ducks the clothesline, and a deep arm drag from Chris Sabin. Nice head scissor counter there by Carl, and back to the headlock takeover. This is evenly matched. Brown.
Absolutely, right there you see a standoff. Both men are evenly matched.
So I always try to watch a wrestler's belly, their midriff, see if they're breathing hard. Carl Anderson hasn't cracked a sweat.
No, he cut his teeth in the dojos of Japan. Cardio is the one thing they do over there better than anybody else.
And now here, because Moose is in this match, this part of the match changes. The big men, here we go! Gallows on the move. This is more about machismo and bravado than anything else, D-Lo.
How often do you see someone look eye to eye with Gallows or eye to eye with Moose? I mean, look at them. They are both 6'6" monsters.
See, Gallo has a much longer strike range. Moose likes to use the forearm on Gallo with the Hefe uppercut and some sign language, and Moose will have none of it. You have to also remember that the brothers came into this company not too long ago. They commanded big money, big contract. That can't sit as well with guys that have laid their lives on the line for Impact.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to rub people the wrong way in the locker room where you see you worked and you toiled and you built this company, and these two guys come in with all the fanfare and get the big contracts and get all the opportunities, and then they turn their backs on the company they came to.
Here we go, the Patrick Lane of wrestling. There's all my hockey fans out there, and you see the T-shirt. It references a movement. Now, a few weeks ago, 5 men stood in the middle of the ring and held up a universal sign, and I have heard a lot of people say that that moment allowed them to forget the negative themes that have been thrown at us this past year and reminded them that the common denominator amongst us all is that we all love professional wrestling.
And that's an important thing. That's what we're all watching tonight. That's why you and I are here tonight. We all love this business. It's boiling down.
To your point, it was only a matter of time. Here we go. And let's not forget that the concept of that group that we're talking about was foreigners infiltrating, and I guess art imitates life because that's going on.
Well, they're technically foreigners, invading our territory here at Impact Wrestling. So
look at Kenny, so smart. Front chancery on Rich Swann, the champion. The fact that these two have touched is monumental in and of itself. Carl Anderson now in, stalking Rich Swann.
I will ask you this, Striker. Did you ever think you'd see the day when you would see world champions from 2 different companies in the same ring at the same time?
Look, as a kid, I grew up reading wrestling magazines, and I remember Bob Backlund wrestled Harley Race, or Nick Bockwinkel would wrestle. That, to me, was always special. And Rich Swann is a special wrestler, as was displayed right there. Taunting Kenny, tag made, here comes Chris Sabin. Oh, looks like Moose is coming in as well.
Moose just said, "To hell with it, I'm going in."
Well, I think that's smart. Again, remember what these 3 men are fighting for. They're fighting for the honor of Impact, but they're also fighting for the respect of what people have given to this sport. You cannot walk into a locker room anymore and expect something to be handed to you. And D'Lo, I think those old antiquated mores, those old, oh my God!
Oh my, what the hell did I just see?
Cover! The point I was going to make is those old ways are gone. Guys like Moose now are the sport. Walking in, giving the limp handshake, or giving up your seat, or carrying someone's bag. I get the respect, but the sport is evolving, and these 6 men are right here, right now, at the height, the zenith of it, if you will.
Absolutely, they're right at the leading edge of what this business is evolving to.
Is it zenith or zenith?
Zenith.
Oh, fair enough.
Let's okay, if you're Canadian, zenith.
Zenith. So many times. And, you know, it's been interesting. Moose has been working well with Swann and Sabin, as evident by the pictures on your screen, and then this.
And this, just one of the most athletic things I've ever seen from a man who's 6'6", 270 pounds, to do a standing moonsault.
You know, Moose said something interesting, that he played in the NFL with guys he didn't like, he played in the NFL with guys he hated. But once that whistle sounded, they were all his brothers, and I think that mentality applies.
Without a doubt, you can see it's about winning the match.
Hang on, is this enough here? A backbreaker from the All Elite Wrestling champion. D'Lo, I got a question for you, and I know it'll probably cause some controversy, but hey, is Kenny Omega pound for pound the best wrestler in the world?
You know, many people debate, you can debate either way. I've seen him go out there and have some of the best matches in the world in Japan. And he's gone there toe-to-toe with some of the best wrestlers in the world. By God, Kenny Omega is one of the best out there.
That's Don Callis.
Don Callis, he can't stay away from the mic, can he?
But he brings up a good point. You know, look, the brothers are a tag team. They understand tag team wrestling. Sabin is without Alex Shelley. So, of course, the brothers are going to control the ring, cut it off. Look where Carl Anderson is. He's between Sabin and his corner. It's basic, it's rudimentary, but it works.
And it's perfect positioning. You see that right there. Carl Anderson's got his back to his opponents because he knows his teammates are watching his back.
Omega nodding in approval. He knows the brothers so well. Big boot now. Sabin continues to fight. Double clotheslines. Both athletes down now. Brian Hebner checks the corner and begins his count. The wrestlers have till the count of 10 to rise to their feet.
A decided advantage will be won by who can get to their corner and get to their feet first.
Tag made, here's Kenny, here's Rich Swann.
World champ versus world champ right here.
We asked the question, is Kenny Omega pound for pound the best wrestler? We have to ask the same question about Rich Swann, and then it begs the question, what can Rich do that Kenny can't, and vice versa?
Right, we're gonna find out right now, aren't we?
Jump up kick there, stuns Omega. Sabin now, Swann now dealing jump up. Oh! Sends Omega on to Anderson. Gallows in now. And he shuts down Swann. Moose neutralizes Gallows' presence.
Gallows to the floor.
Back into the fray is Chris Sabin.
What is going on here?
Sabin is going to use Swann as if he were Shelley. Nice assisted DDT. Omega down to the floor. Sabin and Swann working together again. Anderson now caught, head trapped, DDT.
Swann
and look at Don.
Sabin are working well together, and Don is panicking.
But look where Don goes, right to Kenny.
Right to Kenny.
Here we go.
Oof. Oh, wow.
Beautiful attack by Swann. Sabin on the other side.
Everybody is down. Moose is up. Moose is checking on everybody.
Swann back to Kenny Omega. To me, this is the money match. I think this is the match that people want to see. Take a look at our world champion taking out the All Elite Wrestling world champion. Frog splash blocked by Kenny Omega. Take nothing away from Kenny. I understand that he has the quote-unquote outsider stink on him, but Kenny Omega is a bright, talented young man, and whether you like him or not, you have to respect the fact that he loves wrestling. He loves his fans. He interacts with them all the time. That's something that's hard to dismiss, Tito.
Without a doubt. I mean, Kenny Omega is one of the best wrestlers on this planet, bar none. No mistakes about it. He does interact with his fans. He cares about this business. You may not like him. You may not even respect him.
Oh boy.
But he's damn good.
You know, we're using these terms, world champion. All around the world, different companies have their champions. Over in New Japan, Ibushi is the champion. He's actually a dual title holder. A lot of people talk about the connection between Ibushi and Kenny Omega. I think it would be interesting to have champions from all around the globe compete here on Impact Wrestling. Perhaps maybe a tournament on paper.
Oh, I would love that.
Okay, Chris Sabin
I would love to call that.
Tag made. Doc Gallows now approaching from the rear, clasping the head and chin, picking up Rich Swann with one hand as the big man.
I don't know about you, but it seems like when Doc Gallows gets in the ring, I almost hear the theme song from Jurassic Park when the T-Rex is chasing people down. Like, that's what he looks like when he walks in the ring, like a giant dinosaur.
These three men have stood in rings around the world. They stood in rings in a Tokyo Dome, in Hanover, Germany, and now here in Nashville, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Florida. Everywhere they go, their wrestling is a universal language. Swann slips out from the slam. Big right hand. Kenny has his hands up trying to defend.
Ooh, and there's the low road right there with the boot to the back.
First leaping leg lariat. Kenny with a cover. Deep. Hey, one thing I noticed about Kenny Omega, every time he covers for the win.
He covers with the intent to win. He makes you, exhaust a maximum effort to kick out of his pin attempts.
Of course, folks, if you're liking this, wait till the next time that you see us on pay-per-view. A call to arms has been put out. It's time for a change. It is time for a rebellion.
A triple splash.
Cover. Ryan Hebner right in there, and Chris Sabin able to break it up. You know, I like a pissed-off Sabin.
Oh, I love pissed off Sabin's a good Sabin. He steps his game up. Yeah. He works harder. He's more intense.
Yeah, he's so quiet, but they say still waters run deep.
The quiet ones are the one you have to watch out for.
You have to watch out for Kenny Omega as he stomps the back of the Impact champion, Rich Swann. Swann says no as Brian Hebner asks him the question of, do you want to quit? Over the shoulder of Don Callis, we see Kenny Omega trapping the left ankle of Rich Swann. Oh, boy.
And right there, Swann is trying to get out.
Oh!
Look at that.
Great move by Swanny.
Can Swanny make the tag? He's got the tag to Moose.
big man blows right through Kenny Omega.
Wow!
Pounce-like shoulder tackle sends the AEW champion down. Uranagi on Anderson. Gallows in now. Headbutt!
Wow! Moose is on fire right now.
You know, I have to admit, when this match started, I didn't like Moose in it. But now I think this is an ingredient that we needed.
Yo, it's bang! Look at that!
Wow. So impressive. And look at the mockery.
A triple kick in the corner.
Omega staggers back out. Discus clothesline.
That's gotta be it. Cover.
Omega inside out.
Cover.
History here tonight. Look at Moose's face. Moose is so confident in his skills, he thought that was over. And now Moose making the tag to Sabin, Sabin directing traffic. These three working well together thus far.
Absolutely right, and it's literally Team Impact going for the win.
Kenny wise to get out of trouble. The brothers now trying to rectify the wrongs that have been done here. Just like that, now it is the brothers and Kenny Omega that fill the ring, and Chris Sabin is the one to suffer. Cover here. D'Lo, I've noticed Kenny Omega has gone for every cover. It's as if this team needs and wants Kenny to get the victory.
It feels that way, and it feels like it's a statement. If Kenny gets the win, it's a statement win.
This gut wrench holding Sabin. Power Omega, sit out power bomb. Feet are over the shoulders. Chris Sabin kicks out.
Maybe it's an orchestrated plan that Kenny Omega is going to go for every cover because they need him to get the win.
As Moose and Gallows fight in front of us, Kenny Omega has his sights set on Chris Sabin, but Moose cuts him off. Gallows, nice thrust kick. Keep your eye on Sabin.
Drop kick.
Nicely done. Ooh, sure you can. Spin, Swann, got caught, stun gun, but Swann was able to block it.
Nice.
Turn around.
D-trigger.
Is that enough? Let's go. Swann stirring, rolling away. Middle of the ring. Kenny Omega to the top. Moose coming in. Gosh, how athletic is Moose.
Look at that. Oh my God!
Standing C4, Spanish fly off the top rope. Sabin has Omega now. Could we be witnessing history here?
This is it. Drop him. Cover.
Shoulders are down. 2. No.
My goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 of the finest athletes in our sport giving you everything. Let's take a look at the replay.
Look at this. Look at the athleticism from Moose. The Spanish fly up the top.
My gosh, look at the impact.
Oh, look at that. It's just crazy that man that big can move as nimble as he can.
See Kenny Omega now struggling to make the tag. Sabin trying to stop him. The long arms of Doc Gallows come into play. Hands up now. Ooh! Roundhouse shin kick. Let's see what the brothers have in mind here. Tandem offense, signature, cover here. No! Hutski almost had it there.
Yeah, that was close. It looked like Swann was caught in between making the save, and I don't know what happened. He just got caught up a little bit.
You know it as well as I do. Sometimes when you get your bell wrong, there's that like cognition blackout, you know? Tag made. Legal man is Big LG Doc Gallows.
They're going for the Magic Killer? No.
Sabin knew it, had it scouted. Of course, the Guns brothers have a deep history. Sabin now has only one man that he needs to get to, and it's fitting that it is the world champion Rich Swann. You see his hand outstretched. Sabin crawling now. Tag made to Kenny Omega. Tag made to Rich Swann. These two renew hostilities.
And look at 2 world champions going toe-to-toe right there, exchanging blows. 1 for 1, 1 for 1, neither backing down.
And These are two great wrestlers. The fact that they're resorting to... Oh,
Snap suplex! Oh, my goodness!
That's the difference for Kenny Omega.
Oh, that has to be it.
Is that enough? No.
Save. Oh.
My gosh, what Rich Swann has been through physically in the last year is compounded by the damage that has been inflicted upon him in this match.
What is Omega planning next? What is he going to do?
Take a look at the eyes of Kenny.
He's like wild. He's just got these wild eyes.
Well, they say that the great ones are always a little bit off.
A little off.
Rich Swann, his right hand is the only thing that is holding him on right now.
And he's locked it. He's anchored in that top rope. Thank goodness, because it's a long way down.
Kenny Omega beating upon the back of Rich Swann, trying to gain the advantage. Rich Swann now, headbutt to the bridge of the nose. Electric chair from Moose. That's 6'8" coming into play here. Kenny's in a bad spot, slips off the sweaty back and uses Moose as a battering ram. Oh boy, one-winged on
Is he going for the one-winged?
How is that?
He's going, he was trying for it.
Oh, slips off now. Kenny in a bad place. Modification on the Doomsday device. Two, no, Don was almost onto the ring.
Don was scared right there. He thought that was it.
I think Don Callis realizes that what he has done, if it's ever revealed, if there is ever a disclosure, Don Callis is in for it because some people feel he's betrayed Impact Wrestling.
Well, and I think that's why the boys from Impact are fighting so hard tonight to prove Don Callis wrong.
Nice.
You picked the wrong side.
Combination there by Rich Swann. Wants to kick this Kenny. V-trigger again. Now, one-winged. Is this it?
No. Swann counter.
Nice
Poison
rewind.
Rana! Poison Rana!
Kenny's still up though. The kick.
Buzzsaw.
Another one. Down goes Kenny Omega. Rich Swann now goes up. Only one thing left to do. Finish this. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no! What is it going to take to end this match? These 6 men have left it all out there. Rich Swann's going back up again.
We talked about what can Rich Swann do that Kenny can't. What makes Rich different than Kenny? I think that Rich believes it's the top rope maneuvers. Gallows, though, does
Magic
not
Killer.
care.
Magic Killer!
Is this it? Sabin out. Shoulders down. No! Ooh, how about the fact that Moose saved Rich Swann?
That shows he's all in this match. Trigger on Moose.
Now with Moose removed, once again we go back to Omega and Swann! V-trigger, I think Swann is out on his feet. One-winged angel.
Oh, that's it.
1, 2, 3. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Here comes the rest of our lives. You can feel it.
It's a big fight feel. You can cut the tension in this room with a knife right now. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
Something feels different. I feel I have to give a thanks to anyone that has ever walked through the doors of TNA or Impact. From that fateful day in 2002 when our dear friend Bob Ryder was a part of the beginning of the concept to where we are now. This night is emotional and this night is impactful.
The best way I can put this right now is for the first time ever, 2 halves of a whole are going to come together to become one, and that will give us a unified world champion. This is amazing.
6'5", many say that Moose was born to do this. No one ever questioned his trajectory in life. Now Moose is centered, focused, and incredibly dangerous.
Look at the intensity on Moose. He's just staring up the ramp, waiting for Rich Swann to emerge. He is focused. Look at this. He's not even moving.
I remember unifications in the sport of boxing, guys like Mike Tyson, Bernard Hopkins, but never on this level in pro wrestling.
And here comes Rich Swann. His demeanor is also very focused. They can tell the enormity. You can see the enormity of this match on both of these wrestlers.
I think in this one moment, Rich Swann realizes all that he has overcome. Tonight is his chance to etch his name into the concrete of history so that it can be there forever. Some people say that Rich Swann has this tremendous fighting spirit that is his downfall. He always feels like the runt of the litter has to bite the hardest, but Rich Swann is wearing one of the most prestigious awards around his waist. It means he's the very best wrestler in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, Rich Swann has nothing to prove. We all know his story. We all know he's had to fight from underneath from day one. We all know he was handed a bad hand. But what Rich Swann has done is every time he's been given an opportunity, he cashed it in. Nearly a calendar year ago, Rich Swann suffered what many said could be a career-ending injury. But then he got his surgery. He went into rehab to recover, and then COVID hit, so he had to rehab alone. A place Swann is very familiar with, and now he's the world's champion.
The lineage of these storied titles goes back to 2007. Kurt Angle captured it at Sacrifice. A decade later, there was a departure, and here we are now. Rich Swann, just under 5 months, the Impact champion, and Moose has been walking around with the TNA title.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Impact Plus Sacrifice main event of the evening. A one-fall unification match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship and the Impact World Championship. Your referee is Brian Hebner, and your participants in the corner to my left, the defending TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Moose. His opponent in the corner to my right, he is the defending Impact World Champion from Baltimore, Maryland, Rich Swann.
D'Lo Brown, break this down for me. It's not unprecedented in our sport, but it is few and far between a match of this magnitude with the stakes so high.
Yeah, they don't come along too often, but right now you look at Rich Swann looking at the Impact World title, and he knows what it means. He doesn't even want to let it up. This is about unifying two championships, bringing two halves of a whole back together. And right there, look at that. Look at all the gold. That's what's on the line right now.
Both wrestlers bone dry, although it looks as if Rich Swann is taking heavier breaths. Moose poised and ready. From the athletic side of things, Moose definitely has an advantage.
By far, Moose is the superior athlete, but do not underestimate Rich Swann and his dedication and will to win. Right there, drop kick right off the bat.
Rich Swann in with a head of steam. So much emotion has been brought to this night, this moment right here.
And see Moose force Swann back in the corner, but Swann smartly got that foot up, and now Moose charging again, another boot. Swann going up high.
Ooh.
Oh, go to hell.
Wait a minute there, was trying to run a Moose out, but Moose way too strong. This early in the matchup, went for a pump kick. Rich off of the ropes and gets caught.
Crossbody right now, and Moose has got Swann right where he wants him.
Whoops. You saw the way Rich was able to base and get off and take advantage of Moose's anger there. Rich Swann commands the ring.
Rich Swann diving out, no, lands on the apron. Oh, big back kick, nice.
You know, Moose has moved away from the outlandish and become more hyper-focused. And that, to me, makes Moose far more dangerous than he was, say, a year ago.
You see that kick right on the button? Moose off. Moose gets the catch again. What's he going to do with Swann?
That could be a turning point early in the match.
Yeah, I mean, that's a momentum killer. That's your head right into that ring post. That is steel. And now Moose is rocking. Oh, Swann with another one. Moose is taking 2 ring posts in a row.
Now, if Moose is rocked early on, it changes everything. The game plan goes completely out the window.
Oh, that's a 3rd ring post. Moose has got to be rocked.
You have now Moose down on a knee outside of the ring, completely disoriented. You have Rich Swann now, who has to level the playing field, rolls in to break the count. Rich Swann came into this match with a plan, D'Lo Brown.
The plan was to disorientate Moose and try to get the flash knockout. You can see that Rich Swann is trying to be aggressive. He wants to end this and end it early.
Oh! Moose pulled himself up to his feet, and Swann was trying to ascertain where Moose's head was at, for lack of a better term, and Moose took advantage.
Yeah, that hot shot right there on the ropes, that's deadly because that's that rope going right at your neck. And now Moose is trying to gather his thoughts and shake the cobwebs out of his head, get back on game plan.
This is going to be the ebb and flow of the match. As Moose has a chance to convalesce and recover, now Moose is back on the attack. I expect this to be the majority of the match until Rich Swann can do something from which Moose cannot recover. Does Rich have that type of weapon?
Of course he does. Have you seen his offense? Rich Swann can do a lot of things, but right now, Moose is exerting as well. Look at him pulling the hair. This is a message. He's sending a message right now. He's just trying to hurt Swann.
You know, with so much on the line, Moose has seen so many curveballs in the past few weeks. Scott D'Amore comes out and officially recognizes the TNA title, and then Scott D'Amore turns things around again and makes a unification match, and then throw Kenny Omega into the mix. Rebellion, April 24th, right around the corner. It has to inform strategy.
Yeah, both strategies of both wrestlers have been changed dramatically. You know, now you got to think a lot. You got to think about not only this match, but what it means, implications going forward. How can you, single hair Bia, wow. My God.
Moose is going to enjoy a power advantage over most champions in our sport. I know I'll get some clap back for that, but you have to start thinking of these matchups because I think that's where we're heading in some regard. Unification is the first step.
Moose, right there's an example of Moose's power. Moose just threw Swann across the ring, face first, chest first into the turnbuckle, knocking Swann straight to the canvas, but smartly Swann rolled out to the floor to create some space, but Rich is hurting right now. Rich is hurting a lot.
Pointed out at the top of the match, Moose barely had a glisten upon him. Rich Swann was bone dry. Moose now is starting to cook. You can see once the sweat comes, it's called overheating, but it's not. Athletes know it. Once we start to sweat, that's when we get going, right?
Yeah, it's called a lather. It's when you get that sweat going, you want that because now your muscles are relaxed. You're in a state of, think of it like a race car, getting that engine warmed up.
Rich Swann needs an opportunity here, and he may have just created it there. Basement drop kick lowers Moose's base, and Moose again down to a knee.
Swann trying to break Moose down, kicking out that leg repeatedly. Oh my God!
360 rotation off the back body drop. Rich Swann landed face and chest first.
Look at this, the strength of Moose. What starts as a back body drop rotates Swann 450 degrees, completely round.
Wow. Look at that. Moose's foot comes into the picture, and back to this. D'Lo, in this type of match, with so much on the line, the hair pulling, the angry tactics, where's Moose's head?
This is not angry tactics. This is Moose trying to send a message. He's trying to inflict damage and cause pain. He's trying to get Rich Swann out of his game plan.
Okay, and we brought this point up in the Good Brothers match against Finn Juice, and just as we were saying it, Finn Juice are the brand new Impact Tag Team Champions. So is Moose becoming a bit too analytical, a bit too myopic?
No, Moose is just being calculated. He's playing a game of chess right now. He's trying to figure out what strategy he can use to break Rich down so he can get him in position to end this match. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to think his way to the championship.
You ever see those magic eye things? If you stare at something too long, you lose focus, and then all of a sudden, it comes into focus. Can Moose find that focus?
Well, this is a classic example of him finding that focus. Look how Moose has got this hold on. Moose is pulling up Rich while pushing his own hips down, putting tremendous amount of pressure on the neck of Rich Swann.
Seated along the trapezius muscle on the shoulder.
Yeah, and there goes back to pulling the hair, controlling the head.
sending that message.
You know, it's an interesting way to control the head. I get it, the hair pulling. I get that it's demeaning and all, but it's an interesting way to control the head, and we learned that in wrestling. You control the head, you control the rest of the body.
Yeah, wherever the head goes, the body follows. And right now, Rich Swann is almost having his head decapitated.
Literally and figuratively. And when I say figuratively and literally, I mean about TNA and Impact.
What do you mean by that, literally and figuratively?
There's been this identity crisis here in this company for as long as it's been around. A guy like Scott D'Amore at least had the vision with regard to branding, if nothing else. But there needs to be an understanding of who we are, what we are, who we are moving forward.
Moving forward, we are the place where the best wrestlers in the world come and compete every day. And right here's an example of it. Look at these two superior athletes going at it for the Unified World's Championship.
Oh, gosh. Rich Swann standing in the middle of the ring, exchanging blows with Moose. Not for long. Wait a minute here. Shoulders are down. Is it off? No.
Oh, I thought he got him with that counter roll through there.
Oh, boy.
Uranagi!
Oh, God. Cover. Press. D'Lo, it seems to me as I look at the ring that the Impact moves are all Moose's. Look at this impact here.
Well, Moose is all power, and that Uranagi drives him down, and I thought that was it right there. I really thought that was it. Moose?
Man, Moose has the knack of putting guys down right on the back of their neck.
I mean, that's calculated. That's for the full impact to register in the right place.
I understand Brian Hebner understands where we are and what the night means, but Moose does not want to ruin it. I don't like to hear that from an athlete. All right, I'm about wins and losses and titles and opportunities. I just want to hurt you now means that you're not thinking, to me.
Don't sell Moose short. Just because he says he wants to hurt you doesn't mean he's not out there thinking. He is thinking every step of the way. Now, right now, he might be going a little too far because he can lose his world title on a DQ.
But there are rules, and a match of this magnitude shouldn't be ruined, and Brian Hebner is the perfect guy to be there to force Moose to actually have to wrestle, which Moose happens to be incredibly well-versed at doing.
And that's the thing that a lot of people dislike about Moose. They see this incredible 5'2" athlete, this specimen, a man looks like he's chiseled out of granite, a man athletically gifted, a man that is a superior pro wrestler, and yet he takes these dirty tactics.
But does Moose know that he can beat Rich Swann?
You know, that remains to be seen. But right now, we know Moose can beat Rich Swann up, and by the end of the match, we'll find out who can beat who.
Oh, Moose remembers what Rich Swann did to him earlier in the match, ramming him into 3 of the 4 ring posts.
And right there, those guardrails around the ring, they are a weapon. They are steel. And Moose is using it to his advantage right now. He is going to punish. Is he pulling the hair again? Is he pulling the hair? Look at him, he's pulling hair around those guardrails. Come on, Moose. You can see the pain on Rich Swann's face. Listen to him scream. Oh my God, it's a primal scream.
This becomes hard to watch, D'Lo. I'm not above admitting that.
It is very hard to watch. Watching one man brutalize another. Oh.
But it goes beyond that. It's difficult to watch knowing what Rich has been through, knowing that his whole entire life has been a struggle from that cold day in February 1991 when he was born all the way to now. He's just, the cards has been dealt. I don't know.
Please do not undersell Rich's ability to come from underneath. From day one, he's been fighting underneath, and I don't doubt that at some point he's going to, like right here, he is showing he's still alive. He is showing he's still got fight in him. He's showing he is still the Impact World's champion.
You know, in no way am I underselling it. I'm feeling for Rich Swann. It's hard to watch. I understand him. I don't think Rich Swann ever thought 15 years ago that one day he'd be competing to be the unified world champion with an opportunity to go on to wrestle Kenny Omega. I don't think Rich Swann ever knew that, but hey, listen, the plans of man are folly. Moose is the guy that seemed to be predetermined, destined to be here.
Moose was destined to be here the day he was conceived. That's how great and how good of a hand Moose has been given.
The abdominal stretch, a submission hold, grinding into the ribs.
See right there, see how Moose is putting that fist and now the point of the elbow in there? That's kind of separating the ribs a little bit, making it difficult for Swann to breathe.
Also, notice how Moose has the back of his hand against Swann. It allows Moose to use his forearm to control Moose, while Moose can get maximum leverage on the elbow.
Great control technique there.
Up.
Look, Swanny.
Yeah, he caught it out there. Moose took advantage. I'm sorry, Rich Swann took advantage of a mistake that Moose made. We talked about where Rich Swann has come from. Maybe it's not about drop toe holds and arm drag. Maybe it's about fighting.
Swann is biting Moose's fingers. Oh, look at that. Swann just doesn't care. Boom, right hand. Oh my goodness.
I cannot discount what runs through the water in Baltimore. Rich Swann brings something that no one else can. Kenny Omega can't throw hands with Rich Swann. Moose can't throw hands with Rich Swann, but Moose certainly can overpower Rich Swann.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Did you see Swann's body bend in half over Moose's knee?
Wow. Moose is just better. He's a better athlete, D-Lo. I'm sorry, I know you're gonna push back here, but come on.
No, I can't push back. Moose is a 5'12" player. He played 7 years in the NFL, and now he's competing at the highest level in the sport we both love. Of course Moose is the better athlete, but Swann wants to win, and that is the wild card.
It's gonna have to be that, and maybe more, to become unified world champion here tonight.
It's a dangerous place to be up here. This is no man's land. This is the high rent district. I don't know what they're thinking, but man, one slip, one fall.
Yep. Given what we know about Rich's injuries to his lower half, I can't think of a landing that's going to be good.
Who stops it? Oh no, oh no.
Wait a minute! Shift of the momentum!
Whoa, nice run, and now Swanny has got this thing going back level again.
One move from high above, compounded by the distance, the elevation, however you want to look at it. Take a look at the pictures on your screen.
And look, you can see right there, Swann is trying to get some distance away from Moose, create some space so he can survey the area and see what he can try to accomplish next.
For Rich Swann, it's to get to his feet. A small goal, but it's one that he has achieved. Fists are clenched, and the champion stands in the middle of the ring against the champion.
And those jabs are all right on point. Moose is just absorbing them. Oh, back fist. My goodness. Do you hear the sound of that?
Where Moose's hands are, they're down.
They're down. That shows a sign of getting hurt.
Oh, pinpoint kick to the back of the head. Oh my goodness.
How much more is it going to take? What are they willing to sacrifice?
Oh!
Ow! Kick to the spine!
Little springboard to top, try to come up with
look
something.
at that!
Oh my God! What did I just see? Oh my God!
Moose went for a step-up moonsault. Back again,
Look at this, Moose steps up. Rich Swann springs, look at that! What timing!
No matter what happens here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for me, that moment right there was worth it. There's nowhere else in the world I'd want to be. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Cover here, kick out on one!
Moose kicked out on one, said no!
Oh!
Moose Swann with a boot straight to the face.
Amazing action here.
These measured kicks, we've seen them. Did you see that? Just pinpoint right on Moose's jaw.
Swann's going up.
Moose is flat out. Supine. Swann down on him. 2. No.
Oh, man. Whoa, that was close. Wow, I thought that was it.
The rotation and the force.
Look at this. Swann, 450. And I thought we had 1, 2, but no. Moose said, not tonight, brother. Not tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Now, where's Swann going? Is Swann going back up top? You know, I've seen him do this before. He's going for the 450 off the top now.
Outside of some kind of quick roll-up, what other weapon does Swann have? He has to take to the air to beat Moose.
Oh, and look right there, Moose knowing that if he hit the rope, he would drop Swann down, and Swann would hit that turnbuckle in a not too happy place.
After what we saw with Finn Juice shocking the Good Brothers and taking the titles off of them, I don't want to assume anything now. To me, everything win probability remains 50-50 until the 3 count.
Look at that right hand of Swann. He's holding on to that turnbuckle. Look, see right there? And that's counteracting the leverage. Moose cannot take Swann over for the superplex, allowing Swann to get some shots in.
Yeah, Swann did a little shift in his body there just to try to get enough weight to resist the strength of Moose. And look at the position.
And Moose just groggy right now. Look at those overhand rights, clubbing Moose in the back of the head.
Swann has to get Moose off of that. There's only one way down for Rich Swann, and it's through Moose.
Swann is biting, proving he will do anything to retain this championship, anything to become Unified World Champ.
There it is. The separation that Rich Swann needs as an athlete to excel over his opponent here, to become the Unified World's Champion, to go on to Rebellion April 24th. Rich Swann may be moments away.
But Striker, look, Swann can't capitalize on it. Swann is too hurt right now. He is literally prone at top turnbuckle there. He cannot muster up the strength for an offensive move.
The spotlight of history waits for no one. If Rich Swann misses this opportunity, he will regret it for the rest of his life.
Rich Swann is going to take any chance, and here he goes. He's loading up for something. Swann, he's getting ready.
He waited too long. He missed his opportunity. Look
oh, my goodness, what the?
Fall away moonsault slam from Moose.
Look at the athleticism. Moose climbs right up. Fall away moonsault. Look at this.
Gosh, Swann is lucky that Moose didn't land on top of him into a 3 count. And there it is. One arm. Is it enough? No. No.
Yeah, just that extra second or two right there is what cost Moose to win. If Moose had fell right on top in the moonsault position, in literally a pinning position, we might have had a winner right there.
Look, the facade of Moose may be cracking.
And look, Striker, Moose is saying to himself, you can literally see it, what do I have to do? I've hit Rich Swann with my best, and he keeps kicking out. What do I gotta do to win this match?
D'Lo, Moose is in his own head here. This can't be good.
No, Moose he's perplexed right now. He does not know what to do. Every plan he has laid out has gone awry. Moose right now is struggling with how to beat Swann.
If Moose would rely on his instincts, Moose can go on to Rebellion, and who knows where from then. And who knows where he can take this company.
Uh-oh. Well, Moose has figured something out. He's setting up for the spear.
Here we go. It's called Lights Out for a reason, because when they come back on, there is a new reality before you. Moose on his way in. Swann out of the way. Remember the hard hits on the outside that Moose took on the ring post.
Yeah, that all builds up over time. That all takes damage up, but now Moose is setting up again. He's setting up again. Here he goes.
Swann is using the space between the two as an advantage. And look where Swann has gone to, and look what is waiting.
Almost into the chair.
Perfect opportunity. Can he get him down? Is Moose on it? No.
Moose just grabs him. Moose charge.
Crucifix, shoulders down, roll through, stack. 2. History has been made. He's done it. He's done it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and new Unified Impact Wrestling World Champion, Rich Swann.
Even Josh Alexander earlier on tonight confessed to his wife, Jen, their son, Jet, who is accompanying Josh Alexander to the ring tonight. What a special touch for this match.
Look, I don't want to step out of place, step over any kind of line, but I do have to ask, given what happened the last time Moose and Josh Alexander were in a championship scenario, and his son and family were around, what happened? That's all I'm gonna say. Is this the move for Josh Alexander?
This is Josh Alexander embracing what this is all about, absorbing all this emotion, coming to the ring with his son Jet, his wife Jen at ringside. This is not running from all that anger and frustration that Moose has tried to inflict on him and his family. It's taking it all, it's channeling it into this. That's what Scott D'Amore's been talking about.
That said, that's great. And the family, his wife right there in the front row. Most other times, I would say absolutely, I hear you. But we know what Moose can and is capable of when it involves Josh Alexander's family. What's to say he won't do it tonight?
For 6 months, Moose has been entitled the face of Impact Wrestling. But during that time, Josh Alexander became known as the standard of Impact Wrestling by countless members of the Impact Wrestling roster and beyond. That bothers the self-proclaimed wrestling god Moose. This is about defending the one thing in this world that he cares about, his Impact World Championship.
And so far, you see right now where Moose's eyes were locked there, right on the family of Josh Alexander, and that's exactly what I was talking about. This is not over. Josh Alexander has weathered everything to get here. He has earned this spot, but it is not over until that bell rings. And until that happens, Moose will control the psychological pace of this matchup. I have zero doubt.
There was something that you and I sat in astonishment is now Jen and Jet are going to have to watch here from ringside as this match plays out. But you and I were astonished at the multiverse of matches, the restraint of Josh Alexander. Now he gets his opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Rebellion main event of the evening. It is for the Impact World Championship, set for one fall. When the bell rings, your referee is Brian Hebner. Introducing first in the corner to my left, the challenger from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. His opponent in the corner to my right, he represents Moose Nation. He is the defending Impact World Champion. He is Moose.
Moose changed Josh Alexander's whole world in 2 minutes and 37 seconds. That is how long Alexander held the Impact World Championship for before it was ripped away by Moose with the Call Your Shot opportunity at Bound for Glory this past October.
And I got to imagine 6 months of pent-up rage. Anger is oozing out of Josh Alexander. Here we go.
And Moose expected Alexander to charge him, but now Alexander embracing the moment. Not gonna let Moose get in his head.
Quite frankly, so did I. I was gearing up for Josh Alexander to explode in a fit of rage.
And Moose doing everything he can to bait Josh Alexander early on. Takes Moose off his feet and elbows and knees to the ribs.
Josh Alexander says, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to beat you in that ring.
This is the chance that Josh Alexander has wanted to let all those emotions out from the last 6 months. Scott D'Amore's been trying to preach to his once pupil, hey, keep your emotions in check. Now it's about manhandling Moose.
But again, I have to call back. This is not done and dusted. This is not over. There is still a lot of matchup to be had here. A lot of opportunity for Moose to play on the emotions, especially with Josh Alexander's family.
Goes to the knee, goes to the knee, goes to the knee. Ankle lock, and Moose able to get out of the ring.
He does. Smart move by the Impact World Champion, creating that space.
Moose, some frustration early. Champion's advantage, of course. Title cannot change hands via countout or disqualification. Moose taking his time.
And once again, I'll give more credit to the walking weapon as well. Letting Moose get back in there and chase him out to beat him up pillar to post. He's keeping things in check so far. I gotta give the challenger credit.
Also outclass Moose in the ring. And as his family said earlier on tonight to him, his wife Jen especially, was do not let all the events of the last 6 months get in your head. Do what you came here to do. A journey that's literally been 17 years in professional wrestling. 17 years in the making to become Impact World Champion. Oh, and Moose to the outside.
And I give him credit because that is a job easier said than done. I can speak as a husband. When someone gets involved with your family, it is not easy to let that go. And as you see right there.
Oh, now Alexander protecting his family.
He's had enough, and that's the first time Josh Alexander has lost his cool. And there, it cost him.
That is where Moose takes advantage.
How your reps feel, huh?
Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself.
Absolutely disgusting from Moose. Speared Janet at an event at Destiny Wrestling a number of weeks ago, right in front of Josh Alexander and their kids. Oh, into the post.
I am not gonna condone any of the things Moose has done involving Josh Alexander's family. 100% reprehensible. However, if it leads him to retaining his championship, he wins. Josh needs to keep that in mind throughout this entire contest.
Oh,
it ain't over till it's over.
Sternum first into the top turnbuckle, and Moose has owned the depths that he's gone to. He says he understands those lows and how they are despicable, but he doesn't care. It's all about keeping the Impact World Championship.
Moose is being quoted as saying, I don't have a conscience. He does not care. He is all about business. He is all about success, and he is all about that Impact World Championship. Oh. Sick thud. Oh.
There's some of the resolve of Josh Alexander. Oh.
The ever-defiant walking weapon letting Moose know.
Oh. Right back to the face there of Moose. Whoa, and only taking off the Impact World Champion, and here comes Alexander. Alexander, oh, cut down by Moose. Oh, and now Alexander with a big right. What a drop kick from Moose.
Both these titans knocking each other around like bulls, but it is the Moose who puts Josh Alexander down.
This is Josh Alexander, though. He keeps on coming back. Remember, suffered neck injuries in 2013 and 2015, especially. That nearly ended his career. Oh, he took time off to heal, and he came back to the sport that he loved. Got an opportunity here in Impact and has fought his way to the top.
And another notch in the favor of Josh Alexander. He was actually quoted this week as talking about how the longer this goes on.
Hold on, here's a cover by Alexander, kick out.
Said the longer this goes on, the bigger advantage he believes he has. His gas tank, his endurance is more than almost anybody I've ever seen in pro wrestling. Moose needs to shut this down quick if he wants to come out on top, in my opinion.
Off the top rope, throat first went Moose. Alexander, the crossbody to the back, and Moose had it scouted. Oh, but Moose into the post.
Great strength from the world champion there.
Alexander tied up with Moose. Moose trying to counter. Alexander's all over him. And now Moose. Oh, into the steel. Into the steel barricade. And now Moose rolls back inside the ring.
And even the headgear of Josh Alexander can't protect him from being swung around like a rag doll into steel.
Count of 3. Alexander has to the count of 10 to get back inside the ring or risk the count out loss.
And you see Moose in no hurry
Count
to
of
go
6.
bring him back in.
And Alexander dives back inside. Moose, abdominal stretch in the middle of the ring. Look at the gigantic smile on the face of Moose.
Well, he knows the kind of damage he just did to Josh on the outside, to the back, the midsection, and now he's going to take his time picking it apart in the center of the ring. Look at that, look at that.
Oh, and Alexander going after the hand here of Moose, trying to break his grip. Oh!
A little bit of that small joint manipulation, pulling at the fingers of Moose.
Oh! Overhand belly to belly. Think about all the obstacles that Josh Alexander had to overcome. The likes of Minoru Suzuki, Christian Cage, Shona, Charlie Haas, Chris Sabin, Ace Austin, and more.
He's been through everything. On top of all those incredible wrestling contests that were thrown his way, the emotional toll that Moose has taken on him and his family.
Blows past Moose. Oh, and a boot to the face.
The fact that Josh Alexander has made it to Rebellion is a testament to who he is as an athlete, but now he's got to get that job done.
Moose sent reeling after the boots here by Alexander.
And Josh Alexander is relentless.
And that raw emotion, the anger of Josh Alexander pouring out.
And it's understandable. It's even respectable.
He's got to be careful,
yes,
though.
absolutely. I was just about to say that.
He's got to be careful. He doesn't risk disqualification.
I know it feels good, Josh, to let that all out. But if you get disqualified, that lasts all of about 5 seconds, and then you'll realize what's happened.
And now to the back with a crossbody. Alexander, however, the injured ribs in the process. Alexander taking a look at his family, pointing at his wife, Jen, his son, Chet.
Remind yourself what you're fighting for and why you're fighting.
Tossing Moose back inside the ring. Title can only change hands via pinfall or submission in the ring. And now Moose at the feet, at the mercy of Josh Alexander.
And Josh keeping himself as composed as he can be in this moment. Could be looking for that C4 spike.
Yes, trying to set up for the C4 spike, and now Moose trying to block it. Slips away from Alexander and a chop. And here comes Alexander. Another spot where Alexander's got to be careful. And Alexander's all over Moose.
I was going to say, smart move for Moose getting into that corner.
All the way for the pump kick again, trying to capitalize. Moose stayed on the outside, but this time Alexander had an answer.
And Josh holds on to that German suplex, looking to chain them together. The grip, tenacious, almost as tenacious as the athlete himself.
Another German.
Pretty soon this crowd here in Poughkeepsie's gonna start counting along.
Trying to muscle Moose back up to his feet. Alexander continues the onslaught.
Well, as more and more damage is done to the Impact World Champion, he becomes more and more lifeless. More for Josh Alexander to pick up and suplex.
That is 6 German suplexes all in a row.
And he's not done yet.
Another suplex. Make it 7.
They say 7's a lucky number, but it's not quite lucky enough for the walking weapon right now.
How much more can Moose take? How much more of this can Alexander dish out? That's number 8.
But Alexander's grip has not wavered. Even if the body of the champion has.
9!
You have to imagine he's got double digits on his mind.
German suplexes. Finally, Alexander releases.
Clearly, Alexander has beaten the body of Moose. But how much energy did he expend himself?
Alexander, what is he thinking here on Moose? Has delivered a ton of punishment. Could be time for the C4 spike. C4 spike.
Looking to close this out.
Moose able to evade and able to dump Alexander.
The fact that Moose is still standing and fighting is incredible.
Boot right to the face. Alexander able to block. Oh! Great elevation on the drop kick by Moose. Oh, sky high out of the corner to retain kick out.
And you saw Moose scream into the face of his challenger, go to hell, before driving him exactly that way. But somehow, Josh Alexander stays in this one.
What an effort by Josh Alexander in this match, but still Moose is up.
And he's lining up the challenger.
Thinking about the spear. Oh, into the corner, shoulder first. Oh, German suplex. Oh my God. Moose with a pump kick.
Incredible resilience from the champion here.
Oh, up for cross. Alexander with the ankle lock.
Right into the ankle lock. Incredible counter. What a move.
Is Moose gonna tap?
They're in the dead center of the ring. Moose is gonna have to pull himself almost all the way across the ring to get to the bottom rope. How much is left in the heart of the champion?
Chance of tap here in the impact zone. Moose struggling, trying to get to the bottom rope.
The pain etched on the champion's face. He desperately needs to get to that rope if he wants to retain his title.
And Moose, is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap? No, he gets to the bottom rope. That'll break the submission.
And you see the exhaustion also on the face of Josh Alexander. I mentioned before the endurance of Josh Alexander, but Moose has been very impressive this deep into the contest, continuing to fight.
Kicks right to the side of the head by Moose. Alexander wanted the ankle, but wait a second. Oh! Moose only ticked off Josh.
Those grazing boots to the head, just making the challenger angry.
Alexander challenging Moose to get up and fight like a man.
It's a test of pure will here in the main event of Rebellion.
Oh! Alexander with a forearm there. And now Moose dropping Alexander. Because how much more of this can Josh Alexander absorb?
See the Josh Alexander, ever defiant, shaking his head no every time Moose tells him to stay down.
Obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. Alexander has come back from them all.
But how much more punishment can the walking weapon take?
Oh. And now Moose, Uranagi. The cover to retain the title, kick out at one.
Oh, and Alexander right up to his feet.
And it is an all-out battle between Alexander and Moose. Oh, a nasty headbutt. Oh, a clothesline. C4 spike. Cover to win the title. Oh, Moose got his foot on the rope. Oh my God.
Take a look at how close this one comes. It's the C4 spike from the walking weapon into the cover here, but Moose knows where he is, and the foot hits the rope just in the nick of time.
Somehow Alexander is not deterred. Continues in this fight.
He has to be.
Oh, what another C4 spike, but Moose able to keep him at bay.
Moose has just enough time to catch some air. Oh, God!
Oh, he's biting Alexander. Look at the teeth. A lot of leniency by the official. It is the main event of this pay-per-view Rebellion. 6 months in the making this match. We are going to have a damn winner tonight.
That shows you what Moose is willing to do to retain his world championship. There on the top rope here.
Superplex! A ring-rattling superplex. Is this it for Josh Alexander? No!
We talked about the gas tank, the endurance of Josh Alexander, and he is showing it right now, somehow kicking out of that huge top rope superplex. But now, Moose wants to line this one up to shut it down.
Now Moose is going for the spear.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What the heck? Oh my God! Oh my God! Styles clash!
What?
Styles clash!
You gotta be kidding me! And right into the ankle lock goes Josh Alexander. Moose in a bad, bad way.
Alexander with the ankle lock!
The entire audience here in Poughkeepsie screaming for Moose to tap out, but the champ somehow, some way is holding on for dear life.
Moose trying to scramble, trying to get to the bottom rope.
But Josh Alexander fighting him at every turn. Moose desperate to get to a rope, desperate to save his world championship as he pulls himself into the corner and makes it.
Break it. That's gonna break the submission and rips off the turnbuckle pad in the process. Oh, and a kick low, a kick low. The official was there with the turnbuckle pad and didn't see it.
Moose knew exactly what he was doing. That's the kind of champion Moose is, as if we had any doubt heading into tonight.
Oh, the neck, the surgically repaired neck into the exposed turnbuckle.
Head and neck, nothing to protect him, and here we go!
Spear!
A valiant effort from the walking weapon, but it...
Alexander kicked out! Alexander kicked out!
What?
No,
Are you kidding me?
no one has ever kicked out a Moose's spear! Of Moose about to become unraveled. His left ankle is certainly damaged.
I am sitting here flabbergasted at the fact that Josh Alexander just kicked out a Moose's spear. Never before, and now another exposed turnbuckle. And I think it might just have the walking weapon's name on it.
Oh God, not this. Moose is thinking about a buckle bomb. The surgically repaired neck. Oh, God! Top turnbuckle. The exposed turnbuckle.
This is getting uncomfortable.
Oh! Wait a minute, the spear was blocked.
A knee right to the skull of Moose, and you saw Josh shooting to look to his family, reminded himself just what he's fighting and who he's fighting for.
Trying to get Moose back up. Alexander won't quit. Looking at chin, looking at chin. C4 spike. Cover. Finally, finally, finally. I am sure Jake Something is paying attention to Dirty Dango, but right now Kevin Knight is set for action, a match that was made earlier on tonight. He's ready to tangle with Moose, and don't forget this Sunday at Multiverse United 2, for whom the bell tolls, Kevin Knight will take part in a junior heavyweight / X Division scramble match that you do not want to miss.
His opponent, he represents Moose Nation. He is Moose!
And also this Sunday at Multiverse United 2 in Philadelphia, Moose will be teaming up with Eddie Edwards to form Team Impact as they take on TMDK's Zack Sabre Jr. and Shane Haste, who we've gotten a taste of here in Impact.
That's right, both these guys will have a busy night ahead of them at Multiverse United 2. But tonight, it's mano-a-mano, one-on-one. And for Kevin Knight, going up against a former world champion in Moose, this will be a huge test for Kevin Knight.
Now, this is a first-time ever matchup. You can see how Moose confidently approaching this. Knight is ready to go.
Well, Tom, you saw it earlier. It was Moose running down his emergence opponents, including Kushida, to which Kevin Knight took great exception to that and wanted a piece of Moose. But I hope he knows what he's gotten himself into.
Yeah, that's what's led to this matchup here. And you mentioned Emergence. That's on Sunday, August 27th, live in Toronto on Impact Plus, Fight TV, and YouTube for Ultimate Insiders. That night, it's Moose, Myers, Bully Ray, and the X Division champion Lio Rush against the reigning Impact World Champion Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Kushida, and Josh Alexander. Oh, kick right to the midsection by Moose.
Just listen to Moose, Tom. Look at Moose.
Oh!
Confident Moose is a very, very dangerous Moose, and Moose is looking incredibly confident right now.
And especially since this match was just made a little while earlier on tonight, an impromptu match. Now listen, Moose reigned as the Impact World Champion for the better part of 6 months between 2021 and 2022. A spectacular rivalry with Josh Alexander highlighting that throughout. Moose is capable of some tremendous things in pro wrestling. Kevin Knight has so much potential, trying to prove himself, obviously, and Moose not going to deal with that type of physicality for too long.
No, like I said, this is going to be a huge test for Kevin Knight. In there with an absolute bona fide top star in the game today. Look out.
Sky out of the corner. Moose done playing around. Oh, and Knight kicked out. Look at Moose's face.
Looking at the referee, looking at Kevin Knight, almost as if you have the gall to kick out. And look at him, punishing Knight.
Listen, there's a lot of men that would have gone down after that. I'm impressed.
Absolutely.
And now Moose is in the official's face, arguing for the 3 count earlier. The official not going to give it to him, obviously.
Oh. And this whole situation says so much about both these men. The way Moose was able to just manhandle Kevin Knight off the top rope there. Slam him to the mat. But the resilience of Knight is something to be commended here.
The official all over Moose. The break there before the count of 5, a wrist disqualification.
Oh, and you know what Moose likes to set up here.
Let's think about a power bomb. Kevin Knight with a super kick, staggering the wrestling god.
Knight finding ways to stay in this one.
Oh, and Moose still on his feet. A little wobbly. But Moose, rushing at Kevin Knight. I don't think he's got him. Oh, standing Uranagi by Moose.
Sometimes you gotta be careful with confidence, Kevin.
Watch this one more time and listen to this impact. Oh my God.
Tom, to reference something you like to talk about a lot, it's one thing to be an incredible college standout in sports sometimes, but when you get to that major league, that next level, it's a whole different story, and I feel like Kevin Knight's getting a little taste of that right now with Moose.
Yeah, understanding what a world champion is all about. Moose saying he can do this all day. And again, this is attempting to make an example of what's coming up at Emergence. Same thing that Bully Ray is going to try and do later on tonight in a no disqualification match against Black Taurus, except Moose doesn't have the specter of PCO in the back of his head like Bully does.
That's right. In fact, though, in this case, could be a slightly more personal errand here, sending a message directly to Kushida, who has close ties here to Kevin Knight.
Oh. Stomping away on Kevin Knight, taking away the legs, the footing, the base of Kevin Knight.
Moose just parading the crowd here in Chicago.
Oh! And look at Kevin Knight. Oh my God, smashed down hard by Moose.
Again, credit to Knight for trying to stay in it, for fighting back, having the gusto to do it, but hot damn. The power of Moose.
Oh, the disrespect shown here by Moose.
Well, Moose, like much of the rest of his teammates, had emerged sick and tired of seeing what they kind of see as the favorites around here at Impact, getting shot after shot at what they want. Moose trying to take what he wants.
Now Kevin Knight off of the ropes, but Moose is still standing.
Some explosive athleticism of Knight.
Moose down to a knee. Look at what it's taking from Kevin Knight to get Moose down to a knee. Moose back up. Kevin Knight launches himself, thinking about the DDT. Knight over to the outside. Knight is in trouble against Moose. This match will continue in picture-in-picture throughout the commercial break. This is Impact episode 996. This is Moose versus Kevin Knight. Oh, and Moose, who's been dismantling Knight on your screen through much of the break.
You see Moose there, though, grabbing at his knee, ran into the steel steps on the outside during the break, but has somehow managed to keep Kevin Knight down.
As you saw on your screen throughout the break, Moose continued the onslaught on the outside, and perhaps Moose took Kevin Knight a little too lightly coming into this.
I mean, we've seen how confident, albeit cocky, Moose has been. And look at this, though. He's shaking some life back, and once again, that smile starting to return as he dishes out this punishment to Kevin Knight.
As I mentioned moments ago, we are marching toward the 1,000th episode of Impact Wrestling. Join us for the Impact 1000 fan celebration on Saturday, September 9th. Visit ImpactWrestling.com for all the information. But right now, two men who will be in action this Sunday, live exclusively on Fight TV in Philadelphia as a part of Multiverse United 2, for whom the bell tolls. And of course, Moose taking part in the huge 8-man tag team matchup. Oh, Sunday, August 27th, live in Toronto at Emergence. Oh, and Kevin Knight went all the way up with a drop kick on Moose. Where is Kevin Knight getting this from?
Hey, there's a reason they call him the Jet.
Oh, it takes Moose off the top.
What an explosion of offense there from Kevin Knight. He's been on the back foot nearly this entire match, but still finds life.
It's going for another Uranagi. Kevin Knight had an answer for it. Pump kick by Moose. And now Moose, caught with a drop kick. Caught with a drop kick. Moose to the outside.
Where is this coming from? The rally from the Jet.
Over the top, and he's caught by Moose.
That's the power of the former world champion.
Oh, and there goes Moose.
Kevin Knight here has withstood the storm, starting to find answers here for Moose.
I can't believe this, but I think Knight's got a chance. Knight trying to take down the former Impact World Champion. Knight adjusts and levels Moose. Look at everything that Kevin Knight has been throwing at the wrestling god over the last few moments here, and Moose is shook at this point in the matchup. I never thought I'd see it.
This is awesome. This is incredible. If this continues, this would undoubtedly, unequivocally be the biggest victory in Kevin Knight's career. What a showing in these moments here.
Oh, huge missile drop kick. And Moose is down. Kevin Knight trying to capitalize.
Get up, Moose. Get up.
Can he score a singles victory over a former Impact World Champion? Let's go for the DDT. Oh, wait a minute. Is he catching Moose? He catch Moose and a kick out.
Had him down for a second there.
Oh, went for another Uranagi. Shoulders down, kick out by Moose. Oh, Moose. Oh, code red! What? Oh, kick out! The match continues!
You gotta look at this again. Kevin Knight somehow finding this code red, planting Moose, but Moose stays alive. You can almost see it in Kevin Knight's face. He knows how close he just came to being a former world champion.
Oh, hung up on the top rope there by Moose.
Moose had just enough time to recover. Look out.
Power bomb with authority.
You heard him, he said Kushida. This is for you, a message to the partner, the mentor of Kevin Knight.
The spear by Moose. Moose beats Knight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Moose!
A message sent to Kushida and all of his teammates. Come emergence by Moose.
What a match. But Tom, take a look back at this. It was this huge power bomb from Moose that stopped all of that momentum from Kevin Knight. And then the message to Kushida, the spear ended it all and sent the message home ahead of emergence.
And I gotta say once again, what an effort by Kevin Knight.
I hope everybody in that 8-man tag at emergence was watching that one and watching the wrestling god.
Kushida, this is a message for your little young boy. I am a god, wrestling god.
The following contest is set for one fall, and it is for the TNA X Division Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing the system, he is Moose!
Can you imagine the boon it would be for the system if Moose could bring the X Division Championship into the fold? There's no doubt that Bound for Glory was not the night that the system wanted it to be, but it could all be righted here tonight.
His opponent from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, he is the reigning and defending TNA X Division champion, Speedball Mike Bailey!
Now last week here on Impact, we saw footage that was in the aftermath of Bound for Glory and the Call Your Shot gauntlet match that Trent Seven competed in. Seven was feeling dismayed and run down as at a series of losses here in this company. Bailey was trying to cheer up his tag team partner, a part of the tag team known as Speedball Mountain. That was when Speedball and Seven were interrupted by Moose and the rest of the system, who were looking to, quote, erase everything that happened for the system at Bound for Glory. Bailey got in Moose's face and dared the face of the franchise to challenge him for his X Division championship. Now, Moose is, of course, a two-time TNA World Champion. I do have to speculate, is Moose thinking about option C in all this?
Always on the table. And Mike Bailey has made a bit of a pattern out of, as a sitting champion, laying out challenges for his own titles or putting his own defenses on the line, competing his own #1 contenders matches, etc.
It did bite him in the backside at Emergence. In August, he was putting the title on the line regularly.
There is nobody who can say that Mike Bailey isn't one of the gutsiest athletes to ever step through the ropes. But did he bite off more than he can chew in the face of the franchise?
Bailey trying to chop down Moose early on. two of the best athletes that TNA Wrestling has to offer in Moose and Speedball. And Moose is going to have the significant size and power advantage. How does Bailey combat that?
He knocks the lights out of Moose very, very fast. He just knocks him out. That's what, the longer this goes on, I have to imagine.
Uh-oh, was going for a go to hell, and it's countered by Bailey.
We know Bailey's resilience, but Moose, that power, that speed, Bailey's gonna have to go fast.
Oh, pump kick there right to the face. Moose absorbed it. Moose was unfazed.
Moose has that rugged toughness too, proving it right there.
Oh, now Bailey able to sweep out the legs of Moose. Moose gathering himself on the outside, and the moonsault by Bailey.
And so far, Bailey has kept the foot on the gas, kept the assault moving forward, and done a good job, but he's gonna have to keep this pace up.
Oh.
And already right there, giving Moose that chance to breathe. That is all Moose needed to open up this window of opportunity.
Oh, and Moose accidentally chopping the steel post.
That could be a broken finger.
Oh, then smashed into the steel barricade at ringside. Bailey gets back inside per the official and resets the 10 count. Oh! I know! Once again, a disaster from Moose.
Fool me once, but fool me twice. That one's on you, Moose. Once to the well once too often.
And this could be critical for Moose. That power advantage, if he's not able to literally corral Bailey, that could be problematic.
Broken metacarpals there, those small bones in the hand.
Oh, drop toe hold there on the floor.
Now lining up Moose.
Oh, speaking of potentially broken bones, Bailey competes barefoot.
A little bit of payback there. Moose moving out of the way this time.
And now Bailey's left leg smashed into the apron. Champion and challenger are hurting. The X Division Championship is on the line. Bailey defending against Moose. This match continues on Impact. We are back here. This X Division Championship matchup continues. The challenger Moose and the champion Speedball Mike Bailey, both hurting in their own ways.
It was at the beginning of the match. Mike Bailey moved out of the way a few times from the post. Moose chopping the post, hurting his hand. But then it was Bailey who went to take Moose's head off, but ended up kicking the steel stairs. And now, to your point, both men trying to recover while keeping their foot on the gas, keeping the assault moving forward.
Moose is an opportunity to capture a title that has eluded him thus far in his illustrious TNA wrestling career. Oh, twice a TNA World Champion, twice a Grand Champion, twice has won Feast or Fired, and also has won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match, but has never captured the prestigious X Division title.
But we got to take another look at this launch of Mike Bailey by Moose into the corner. Bailey almost got thrown clear out of the ring.
This is the thing we talked about at the outset of this matchup, the power of Moose despite the injured right hand. You can't look away from it. You've got to continue to acknowledge that, but I don't know what Bailey's supposed to do about it. And remember, Bailey, his left leg is injured. He kicked the steel steps by accident before the break.
And again, Bailey, who both kicks and plants a lot on those lower limbs, on those legs. You take that away from him, you take away so much of his arsenal. Moose is already a dangerous man, even if you don't have an injury to exploit. But now Mike Bailey has a target on that leg.
Now targeting Bailey. Bailey, an injured left foot, used it to block off an instinct. And once again, Moose was going for go to hell, but he caught Bailey this time. Bailey countered it earlier, and this time, Moose is countered again off of the powerbomb attempt this time.
Somehow, some way, Bailey is finding answers. for Moose every step of the way, despite the pain radiating throughout his leg.
Oh, it's going for the running shooting star.
Great move by Moose there. Look at this.
Oh, smashing that left leg into the canvas.
Absolutely nasty. And Moose now just taking his time.
Wait, on, Bailey. Bailey, shoulders down. Oh, and a kick out by Moose. Now the Uranagi on the face of the franchise, trying to capture the X Division title, and a kick out.
Bailey nearly bridging up out of that one. Moose is already sapping so much energy from the X Division champion just to keep in this fight.
For over 2 decades, when referring to the X Division Championship, we've said that it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And seeing Moose compete here for the X Division Championship, it harkens back to some of the great heavyweights who've challenged or held this championship, like the TNA Hall of Famer Abyss, Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley. If Moose captures the championship tonight, it could alter the landscape of TNA.
And could change the entire face of the X Division for anybody wanting a shot at that title.
Oh, and a bending back, the right hand, that injured right hand that Moose drove into the steel post by accident before the break. Oh!
Moose was looking for a discus. Oh!
Oh my God!
A little bit of back and forth here.
And Moose, obviously about a power bomb there. Bailey breaking the grip, the injured hand gave out, and the double knees right to the chest.
And that may have opened a rare window of opportunity for Mike Bailey here.
Great respect shown here by the fans in Detroit. We're at Wayne State University, the site of Bound for Glory. Here's the cover and a kick out. Bailey trying to retain his championship. What a battle this has been so far. Moose is in trouble. Bailey is hurting. The X Division Championship hangs in the balance on TNA Impact. Ooh. And we are back here on TNA Impact. This has been a hard-hitting, physical X Division Championship matchup. The champion Bailey defending against the face of the franchise, Moose.
Bailey has had his leg exploited for much of this matchup. He's trying to fight through it valiantly, maybe.
Bailey injured his left leg earlier on in the matchup, accidentally kicking the steel steps. Moose had gotten out of the way. Meanwhile, Moose had smashed his right hand into the steel post on the outside when Bailey had ducked a chop. Both men are suffering through injuries, but they continue to move forward.
And Bailey continuing to take risks, like I said. Maybe it's valiant, but maybe it's a little foolhardy from the X Division champion here.
And now Bailey grabbing a hold of that injured right hand of Moose. Trying to drag Moose back inside the ring. Bailey's proven multiple times that he wants to do things the right way. Trying to retain via pinfall or submission in the ring. Moose is down, Bailey up top. Shooting star! Cover to retain! Oh, and a power out by Moose.
Take another look at this. It was perfectly placed. The shooting star press by Mike Bailey, but still not enough to put Moose away.
This is a hell of a matchup. I do want to take one last opportunity to remind you to join us tomorrow live on Whatnot for the Ultimate Finesse Auction. That's Friday, November 8th, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Join us on Whatnot for an exclusive auction of merchandise, rare collectibles, and more, all to help support Chris Bay.
And right now, Moose, again, probably off of instinct, going back to that chop, and the hand radiating with pain.
Again, that left leg of Speedball Mike Bailey. He's throwing it off of instinct. You can make the argument, do you protect it or use the plant leg more often?
I mean, Moose is going through the same kind of situation. He wants to chop the life out of Mike Bailey here. He naturally does that with his right hand, just like Bailey kicks with his left foot there.
It's extremely difficult for athletes to go away from their dominant hand. Such a...
You'd rather hurt yourself and hit just as hard than try to switch it up. I get it, even though it might cost you some.
It's a mechanic that they've honed over the years, and now Bailey switching it up, went to the right. Oh, went back to the left, got blocked. Moose went with the right. Oh, and a kick right to the face.
And now, set up in the corner.
And Bailey went for the tornado kick with the right. Hold on, shoulders down.
Wait.
Can he wrangle Moose? Oh, and a kick out.
Great counter by Bailey there.
Oh my God, now Moose in trouble again. Shoulders down, able to stay in it.
Looking again for the
Shoulders
Uranagi.
down, Moose kicks out at 2.
Bailey keeps finding these roll-ups.
Oh, huge discus clothesline.
Inside out goes Bailey.
Uh-oh. Oh, code red!
You kidding
Code
me?
red! Oh, a kick out by Moose.
This was so close. Bailey countering with the code red. Nearly put Moose away. Absolutely incredible action for the X Division Championship.
What a match this has been. Both these men in a ton of pain, but it's all about capturing the prestigious X Division title.
And this is what the X Division is all about. Pushing each other beyond those limits.
Bailey driven face first into the middle turnbuckle.
And something's got to give here. Again, both these guys in a lot of pain.
Now Moose. Oh, let's think about a spear, but knee right in the head.
Using his right knee, too. There's the right leg.
And now double knees, caving in Moose's chest.
Bailey screaming through the pain, but continuing to push forward here.
And now Bailey going after him with the left leg, which was injured earlier on in the matchup.
Can he hit this tornado kick this time? And he does.
Got all of it. Moose is staggered. And now Bailey, is he thinking about Ultimate Weapon? Oh, Moose went all the way up and got him with a drop kick.
It's counter for counter in this X Division title contest. Moose sending Bailey all the way to the floor here. Nasty landing as well for the X Division champion. Head over heels.
And now Bailey trying to find his way back inside the ring.
And it's Moose who definitely wants to get Bailey back into the ring. That's where he's going to win the X Division title if he can.
And now Bailey going up to the top turnbuckle to meet Moose.
Moose maybe thinking superplex.
Oh, wait a minute, that injured right hand of Moose smashed it into the steel post by accident earlier on in the matchup, and that small joint manipulation by Bailey scores. Oh, wait a minute, Bailey avoided Moose and a kick right to the head.
Yeah, Moose tried to rally there. Meet Bailey back on the top. Bailey had an answer for him.
Oh, now Bailey, precarious position here. Poison run off the top.
Putting everything on the line.
Bailey's giving up nearly 100 pounds to Moose. The face of the franchise is stunned. Bailey's going up top.
Looking to line up Ultimate Weapon here. Can he get it done?
Moose is in position for Bailey to strike. Ultimate Weapon.
Good night.
Cover. Oh my God.
What?
Moose kicked out of Ultimate Weapon.
Bailey cannot believe it.
We have got to take a look back at this. First, this poison Rana, which was mind-bending enough, and then this. The Ultima weapon connects, and Moose is still alive.
And Bailey is trying to get zen with it here, trying to focus.
Spear! Spear, and Bailey rolls out of the ring.
Whether by instinct or not, that keeps Bailey's title reign alive, at least for now.
Bailey damn near got cut in half by Moose.
Bailey now just struggling to pull himself back to his feet.
Bailey's up, trying to get his eyes on Moose. Wait a minute, Moose, another spear tracking down Bailey.
Nearly splitting the X Division champion in half right out here on the floor.
But Moose knows the only way he can win the title is via pinfall or submission in the ring. That is now 2 spears he's delivered to Speedball.
Bailey's gotta be, he's out, he's nearly split in half.
How much more of this can Bailey take? And now Moose going for a third. Oh, wait a minute. Did Bailey catch him? Did Bailey catch him in a kick out? Super kick.
Somehow Mike Bailey is still in this fight.
Oh, and a spear out of midair. 3 spears.
But is there one more left in the chamber of the face of the franchise?
Spear number 4. Cover! Moose is the X Division champion!
Here's your winner and new TNA X Division champion, Moose!
There's a reason Moose stands atop as the face of the franchise. There's a reason that the system always works.
He's accompanied by Eddie and Alicia Edwards, Brian Myers, and there is D'Angelo Williams, a former NFL All-Pro running back, notable with the Carolina Panthers, has competed in a TNA ring in the past. The arrival of the system was announced earlier on tonight on the Countdown to Hard to Kill by Moose, Alicia, Eddie, and Myers.
And Moose walks into this championship matchup, that cowl around his face. I think there's a little bit of symbolism in there because in my mind, he has blocked out all distraction, anything else other than focusing on World Championship gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Hard to Kill main event set for one fall. And it is for the TNA World Championship. When the bell rings, your referee in charge will be Daniel Spencer. Introducing first, he is redeeming his Feast or Fired TNA World title shot. He is the challenger. Representing the system, Moose. His opponent, from Detroit, Michigan, he is the reigning and defending TNA World Champion, Alex Shelley.
Which of these two men will bear the responsibility of leading this company into the future? TNA Wrestling is back, and we are about to determine the TNA World Champion tonight at Hard to Kill.
That's right, this is about a championship, but it's about so much more for both these wrestlers. You talk about that sit-down interview you conducted with these two just this past week. And I mean, this is so important on a very personal level outside of championship gold. Shelley wants to lead this generation, a generation he feels like he's already molded over much of his career, trained, formed, molded so many of them. And Moose here, who's not exactly been known to play nice with others and show a lot of respect, extending a hand to the world champion.
And Alex Shelley sees right through that by Moose. Oh, now just thwarted there by Moose. Oh, kept some water in his mouth when he was warming up. Shelley's always been an instigator. I've said this for the longest time. He's no saint. If you poke and you prod at him, he will fight back.
Salty Shelley coming out the gates. I love to see it.
Frankly, it's going to be necessary. Look at the shape that Moose is in coming into this matchup. He normally competes around about 275 pounds. He's at 255 pounds. Single-digit body fat, the best shape of his life.
You heard it directly from the world champion's mouth in that video package prior to this matchup. Moose is probably, if not absolutely, the best pure athlete we probably have here at TNA Wrestling.
And that left shoulder early on went into the middle turnbuckle. That's something to keep an eye on. The Border City stretch of Alex Shelley, of course, in his arsenal, but it is early still.
And that's exactly what Alex Shelley's going to have to do. Moose might be, on paper, the better athlete. Alex Shelley has to be the better pro wrestler.
Now trying to bring Moose down to the canvas here, just working on that left arm. I talked about it during Hammerstone and Alexander. That matchup earlier on tonight that the Walking Weapon won. Everybody's the same size when they're down on the mat.
Very good way to even things up here when you're at a size disadvantage like Shelley's here with Moose. And
armbar down Moose. Uses the free right hand to get to the bottom rope and break it up.
Immediately, Tom. He did not waste any time trying to fight it or counter it. He was right there, immediately wanted out. He knew the damage that could cause.
Think about the men that Alex Shelley has defended this TNA World Championship against. The likes of Brian Myers, Jonathan Gresham, Steve Macklin, Nick Aldis, Josh Alexander, and the absolute legend, Hiroshi Tanahashi. This run, I talked about it earlier, the third longest reigning TNA World Champion of all time. This has been a stellar run.
All who's who of opponents who have fallen at the wayside of Alex Shelley. But Moose, in my opinion, Tom, is coming in here different.
What a drop kick!
Coming in different, coming in better, more focused than I've ever seen him. You talked about him throwing away all the adages of the wrestling god.
No
The
more Mr.
nicknames.
TNA.
No.
More five-star athlete.
This all the tomfoolery, if you will, thrown to the side. He is solely focused on one thing: taking the world title and taking over.
What the system said earlier on tonight on the Countdown to Hard to Kill, quote, "You're trying to play within your system. We are not a part of your system. We are the system." You're saying to hand it all off. Trust the system.
We did see Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards get a tag team victory on the Countdown to Hard to Kill. Lish Edwards did come up short in the Ultimate X, but if the system as a whole could cap the night off here with Moose as the new world champion, much of what they said would already begin to come to fruition. The system would truly change here.
Moose will go back inside and reset the 10 count. Champion's advantage, of course, the Shelley title can only change hands via pinfall submission inside the ring.
But you know what can happen on the outside of the ring? A whole lot of punishment.
Count of 7 here by the official. Moose rolls back inside. Solely to reset the 10 count.
Now, Moose especially does not want any kind of count out situation. Can't win the title by count out. You see Moose he's still favoring that left arm, Tom. Everything he's doing, he's trying to do one arm.
Shelley with a straight headbutt. Out of 3 by the official. On it, Moose. One good arm. Look at how effortlessly he scooped up Shelley and delivered that slam.
He had to use his bad arm, that left arm, for a little bit of basing, and even that, just that alone, causing Moose to try to shake more of that pain out.
And rolls back inside, resets the 10 count, trying to use the space here in the impact zone to destroy Alex Shelley as much as possible.
This is where Moose thrives. When he slows down the pace, gets methodical, can really punish.
And Moose maybe taking a little bit too much time there to get back inside the ring. A vulnerable position there amongst the ropes, and Shelley struck.
There's the acumen, the IQ, the in-ring intelligence of Alex Shelley to spot that opening. Now trapping the arm of Moose out there on that apron.
Stomp to the elbow, the injured left arm of Moose.
And if he can take that away, he's going to eliminate a couple of key weapons in Moose's arsenal, including the powerbomb.
Big kick right to the back of the head. Moose is down. Shelley, think about retaining the title. Kick out quickly there at 1. Goes to the left arm.
Yeah, Alex Shelley grabbed that arm right off the kick out. Moose desperately blocking here. Trying to keep his grip.
Keeps his grip there. But doesn't suffer more. The arm bar and a kick out there at 2 by the champion.
And if Shelley can keep this assault going, this submission, this twisting, pulling, tearing at the limbs, the joints, the tendons of Moose.
Oh, and snapping the elbow.
That's a good way to keep the advantage if you're Alex Shelley.
Focuses back in on the left arm here of Moose. This TNA World title fight. Oh, and look at this. Shades of Kushida we saw earlier on tonight. The Kimura lock. The hoverboard lock, as Kushida refers to it as.
That's right. Putting all his body weight into it, literally hanging off of Moose there, twisting the shoulder and arm of the #1 contender.
And you gotta wonder how much of this can Moose handle at this point. Yelling out in pain. But there's that raw strength. Oh, snake eyes into the top turnbuckle.
Great counter there from Moose. Good counter for a man who used to call himself the wrestling god. He's in there with wrestling's professor, and he's getting a lesson.
Now Moose hammering away, taking advantage of his positioning, his size, his power. With Shelley down for a moment, this is where Moose can capitalize. Going to the appendages valid. Shelley here to repay the favor from earlier on in the matchup. This could be a full circle moment for Moose. Remember back in 2020, he brought back the retired TNA World Heavyweight title, declared himself as champion, even at one point, finally got the title sanctioned, tried to defend it multiple times, was only recognized as a one-time TNA World Champion. For him to come to this moment, the rebirth of TNA wrestling here at Hard to Kill and capture the TNA World title, certainly full circle.
And this time, all legitimate, all very, very real. No questions about it. Moose running the show, running the system, as it were, here in TNA. Could be a very, very scary thing for that entire TNA locker room.
Oh, now look at Shelley. Look at Shelley battle back here against Moose. Shelley not going to go quietly against the challenger. Man, you were knocked by Moose. Moose into the cover. Pressing the shoulders down. It wasn't enough. Didn't go to hook the leg because, again, that injured left arm, he wasn't going to put any body weight on it.
Very good point. However, Alex Shelley may not be going quietly, but it's pretty easy to get quiet when you're knocked the hell out. And Moose is going to do everything in all of his power to do just that. Shelley seemingly challenging Moose to do it again. The world champion defiant to the very last.
Oh, and Shelley catches Moose. There's a block. The injured left arm. Big shot right to the jaw. Now Shelley goes after the left arm. Low kick by Moose.
Almost a knockout shot there here. Looking for the power bomb.
Oh, and Shelley turning into a DDT. Spiking Moose into the canvas.
Moose, he's seeing stars right now. Shelley tried to rise to his feet there, feeling the woes of war.
The highest attended event in the last 8 years of this company. TNA Hard to Kill. What a response it has been by TNA fans all over the world, and especially tonight here at the Palms in Las Vegas.
An absolutely incredible night here, capped off by an incredibly physical world championship encounter. Shelley's done such a good job of breaking Moose down, isolating that arm and shoulder.
Huge drop kick there by Shelley. Moose is reeling in the corner. Shelley's got an opportunity now.
And again, Shelley relentless here. And he's going to have to be to put someone the caliber and the size of Moose away.
Now grabbing that injured left arm. Oh, but Moose, look at the raw power of Moose. Went for a suplex. Knee right in the face in the middle of it.
Shelley redirecting the momentum of Moose.
And Shelley sending Moose into the barricade.
And Moose continues to be on the back of it all. Be on the defense.
Shelley trying to push through the pain. Moose able to get out of the way. Face first into the apron goes Shelley.
That's a big opening for Moose. Could have busted Shelley's nose there.
Moose went for a clothesline, rushed in, thinking about slice bread. Pulling the power. Moose, oh no, and the left arm once again went into the post.
And look out here.
Oh, shell shock on the floor.
Champion and challenger both down.
Shelley delivering his best shot on the outside of the ring to Moose. But Shelley can't capitalize. He's got to get Moose back inside the ring to take advantage. Trying to use this time to recuperate.
Get a little water, get a little air, get a little sign of life. Shelley's done a great job of breaking Moose down, especially targeting that arm and shoulder, but it's taken a lot out of him just to get there.
Count of 7. Shelley inside the ring. Out of in here.
Shelley may be willing to take the count out victory here.
Count of 9. Moose. Moose back up to his feet. Moose makes a 10 count. Just barely. Now Shelley into the cover and a kick out. And look at Shelley.
Is Shelley starting to doubt? Is he starting to wonder?
Again, Shelley hits shell shock on the outside. Oh! Thought he'd gotten enough of Moose, but now sent into the corner. Uh-oh. Face first into the middle turnbuckle, some of the shoulder as well.
Shelley's done a great job bobbing and weaving and striking when necessary. He just needs to hit that shell shock one more time.
Shoulders down here by Moose. Oh, and Shelley with a forearm blast covered. A power out by Moose. Shelley's not stopping. Shoulders down and a kick out by Moose. And now to the injured left arm.
And looking to lock in the Border City stretch. Wait!
Oh, wait a minute. Look how quickly Moose was able to break free.
Moose knew it was coming.
Off the backside there. Moose gets back up. Powerbomb by Moose. Moose cover. Oh, and a kick out by Shelley.
Shelley careening nearly 7 feet to the canvas, but still finding a way to stay in this fight.
What a sequence there between Moose and Shelley. The injured left arm continues to be a problem for Moose, but still, when he got caught up in the Border City stretch, Moose is so big. Shelley struggled to get his grip. You could see that on the opposite side.
Bought Moose just enough time to move in that counter. And now lining up the world champion across the ring.
Thinking about a spear, rushes into the corner, the injured left shoulder into the middle turnbuckle.
Again, the arm of Moose has to be obliterated.
With a big lariat there, Moose is still standing. And Shelley prepared to light up the challenger.
Just continuing to pummel Moose.
Went for the Uranagi. Sends Moose to the other side, and now Moose trying to use that raw power into the corner. Slice bread, cover. No, and Moose able to kick out.
The frustration of the world champion is building.
Wait a minute, D'Angelo Williams is back out here. And so are Edwards and Myers in the system. Look at me.
Every system, you know computer sound, every system's got a backup.
Wait a minute, talking about some backup here for Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and Kushida.
Trying to take it out here, trying to take out the trash, if you will, eliminate all distractions from ringside. But wait.
Alex Shelley looking on. D'Angelo Williams is still out here on the ring entrance ramp. And got enough of Shelley's attention to open the door for Moose.
He was shouting at the world champion, causing just enough of a distraction.
Hard landing there for Moose on the ramp.
Now Shelley looking to meet the challenger out on the rampway here. throwing his entire body weight into that. Moose's shoulder might be out of its socket.
And the official saying he's resetting his count. He was checking on Moose to see if he could continue.
This is awesome! This is awesome! Let's go, Chase! This is awesome! This is awesome!
There are four here, both Shelley and Moose.
Go, Shelley!
Inside the ring.
Let's go!
Shelley trying to get himself back into this.
Moose has the benefit of being able to roll from the ramp to inside the ring. Shelley steps back inside, but Moose has got to be in a tremendous amount of pain. All the way back to the left arm goes Shelley.
The continued relentless assault of the left arm of Moose continues. The methodical breakdown of the entire left side of the upper body of the challenger. Shelley with one.
Drive all the air out of your lungs.
Both men punishing each other, pummeling each other in the name of the TNA World Championship.
And Shelley digging down deep here for these forearm blasts. Close range with the kicks right to the side of the head. Oh, wait a minute, caught by Moose.
Nasty headbutt to the jaw. Clothesline by Shelley. Down goes Moose. An explosion of force from the TNA World Champion takes the big man off his feet. Look for it, missed.
I'll try to set him up again. One of shell shots.
Here is your winner and new TNA World Champion, Moose! Following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the TNA X Division Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Bradford, England, weighing in at 198 pounds, Leon Slater.
At the age of 9 years old, with his mother's supervision, Leon Slater first started training in professional wrestling. Astonishingly, 11 years later, at such a young age, he's found himself in this position to try and capture a championship that he watched evolve in front of his very eyes. Leon Slater, a self-proclaimed TNA kid from the United Kingdom, walking in now to one of the largest events ever in the history of TNA wrestling. Will the pressure be too much for the young man?
Here's the thing, though, and I've gone on record saying this to everyone who would ask. Leon Slater is a phenom in every sense of the word. He's not, even at the ripe age of 20 years old, he's not a kid. He carries himself with the maturity of a veteran. He is ready for this. He was born for moments like this.
representing the system, he is the TNA X Division Champion, Moose!
The face of the franchise has his own custom X Division Championship belt. He currently sits with the second longest X Division Championship reign of all time at 255 days. He harkens back to the days when the TNA Hall of Famer Abyss and other super heavyweights like Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley, and Brian Cage held the X Division Championship. Athletically dominant. And tonight, he wants to prove this is just another Sunday against Leon Slater.
Moose living up and living past the moniker of No Limits. Moose is the definition of a professional wrestler in every sense of the word. The type of guy who will tell you he will hold that TNA X Division title as long as he wants.
In the words of the TNA Hall of Famer, the Professor Mike Tenay, it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. The TNA X Division Championship was first introduced back in 2002 in Huntsville, Alabama, captured by one AJ Styles. It would be held by other tremendous athletes, the likes of Jerry Lynn, the aforementioned Samoa Joe, plus Frankie Kazarian. We saw how Mustafa Ali took it to new heights, plus Chris Sabin, Austin Aries. The list goes on. And now Slater and Moose will battle for this prestigious championship tonight at Slammiversary. Now Slater going right after Moose. What do you think about this early strategy here as Slater's given up a lot of size?
I mean, he knew that going into this. Look out.
Go to hell! Moose connects!
Are you kidding?
Oh, this could be over quickly on a kick out.
That is a bad start for Leon Slater. He's got to duck and move to avoid action like that, to avoid physicality and offense like that.
Moose has gotten himself into impeccable shape for this title defense. On now, Slater trying to avoid the power bomb. There goes Moose over the top.
There you go, a little bit of duck and move. Moose is on the hunt, but Leon is on the move.
Big chop by Moose. Now Slater, able to turn things around there amongst the ropes. Hold on a second. Oh, now Moose.
Oh, wait. Moose is thinking powerbomb.
Oh, shoulder first into the steel steps.
Great move again by Slater, avoiding the contact. This is what he needs to do, because Moose is going to go high impact, high physicality.
Slater avoiding catastrophe there on the outside. Watch this, as Leon Slater was trying to take Moose off of his feet, was able to escape the near 300-pounder, and then boom, Moose's left shoulder went into the steel.
Here's the thing, meanwhile, as we come back to live action here, Leon Slater took an extra minute getting Moose in the ring. It's a big, big man. And now trying to lift the X Division champion. I don't know why
he's trying to get him up, was trying to get Moose up, maybe thinking, oh my God, about that rack blue thunder bomb we've seen him use in the past.
Moose able to counter there, though.
Oh, wait, look at Slater.
A lot more to Leon Slater than me.
Oh my God, whipped into the corner by Moose.
Shades of Mustafa Ali earlier tonight. A shattering throw into the corner. Take another look at this. Just whipped into the buckle, ricocheting off back onto the canvas.
Incredible velocity there by Moose, who has 12 title defenses now between TNA, NXT, and AAA Lucha Libre.
And here stands on TNA's biggest stage, defending the title that many would argue is the lifeblood of TNA wrestling, that X Division that has so often defined this company to its very core.
It is TNA Wrestling's signature championship. It made TNA different from the very start. It took every type of wrestling you could imagine. It made a scenario where the athletes that walked into X Division title matches had to prove they were the best, no matter their weight class or background. That has been the beauty of this championship and the beauty of TNA wrestling, the home of revolutionary professional wrestling for 23 years.
And right now, though, Moose is like a lion playing with his food.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, Leon Slater trying to resist the offense here by Moose. Uh-oh. Oh, the Uranagi by Moose.
You can only resist it so long. Moose not only powerful, his high in-ring acumen. But either way, no matter which way you toss, I mean, Slater is just being outmatched physically. There's no doubt in my mind that Leon Slater has the heart of an absolute lion. And oh, wait a second. Now, Moose thinking about a dangerous move on a dangerous part of the ring here.
Leon Slater doing the smart thing, dropping his body weight here. Oh, kick right to the back of the neck. Leon Slater's bought himself some time. What can he do with it?
He's got to find an opening here. Once again,
oh,
trying to muscle up the X Division champion.
Oh,
I hope Slater's not trying to bite off more than he can chew.
Oh, boot right to the face there by Slater.
And oh, wait.
Oh, dear God. Oh, no, not this again. Hold on a second. Oh, down goes Moose on the outside.
What a counter. And it's moments like this that not only wow the world, but open up opportunity for Slater. The Rana to Moose, sending him spine tingling and crashing to the floor.
Now Slater dives back inside. Title can only change hands via pinfall or submission in the ring, not via countout or disqualification. Leon Slater over the top. Oh, he got caught by Moose. Caught by Moose on the entranceway.
The power of the face of the franchise.
Oh my God, what the hell is Moose saying? Oh, Moose goes down on the ramp.
Another counter from Leon Slater.
Leon Slater avoiding disaster.
Not once, but twice. And now he knows he's got to get the champ in the ring if he wants to make history here tonight.
Slater tossed inside by Moose. Hold on, oh my God, look out! Big play, Slater!
Leon Slater doing what he was born to do, taken to the skies. You talk about no limits. Leon Slater has no freaking limit.
The Hardys believe in the promise of Leon Slater, thus the Jeff Hardy-esque paint that Slater is adorning here tonight. And in attendance this evening, Leon Slater's mother, Joanne, his sister, Lana, his girlfriend, Madison, who've supported him through this entire journey in professional wrestling.
And now Slater perched up top. Thought he saw a moment. Moose, though, rises to counter.
Uh-oh. Pop-up powerbomb by Moose.
Nasty landing.
There's the cover. Trying to hold on to the championship. Leon Slater got the left shoulder up.
A lot of heart left in Leon Slater, to the surprise of no one. Take another look at this. Slater just bypassing the ring post there all the way to take out Moose on the floor.
$7,623 filling the UBS Arena on Long Island, New York, the highest attended event in TNA wrestling history in North America.
And the biggest stage will require,
dear God.
I was just about to say, require the biggest play from Slater, but if Moose can keep up that level of physicality, I don't know how much left Leon Slater has.
Hashtag TNA Slammiversary, still the #1 trend in sports on X. And still watching from ringside here is TNA President Carlos Silva, who just had to hand our TNA Knockouts World Championship to NXT's JC Jane. Has got to be sick to his stomach. But meanwhile, watching as Moose and Slater unfold. Oh, went for another chop, went for another big chop. Slater caught it.
The defiance in the eyes of Leon Slater.
Slater off of the ropes, trying to chop down the near 300-pounder.
Look at that, Slater coming off with everything he got.
Oh, big clothesline, discus clothesline.
Cleaning the clock of Slater.
Oh, look out, buckle bomb by Moose. Whoa, big lariat by Slater. Down goes Moose.
You heard that almost guttural battle cry from Leon Slater after the buckle bomb. There is so much more life left in Leon Slater.
Both Moose and Slater down. The X Division Championship is at stake tonight. Live on Long Island, New York at Slammiversary. Slater somehow the first one back up to his feet. Both these men have sustained a lot of damage.
It has been an extremely physical matchup as Moose taking any advantage he can get here. Moose has been walking gingerly ever since those multiple Hurricane Ranas out on the floor.
Oh, now Moose, a leg lariat there by Slater. Slater realizes he's got an opening, however.
This could be it. Slater scrambling to the top here. Moose was thinking spear, met the leg lariat.
Slater going to the top turnbuckle. Moose is down, but Moose grabbed a hold of the top rope, and that slowed up Slater.
Nasty landing for Leon Slater, but now look at this, Moose lined up in the corner.
Moose thinking about a spear. Is he about to get caught, however? Slater trying to capture the title.
Moose able to get out, but
tossed into the top rope. Spear by Moose.
And is the dream over for Slater?
No. Slater kicked out of the spear. And there you can see Leon Slater's mother, sister, and girlfriend in attendance tonight at Slammiversary, all the way from the United Kingdom to right here on Long Island, New York, to support Leon.
Watching with bated breath, you can almost feel the tension reverberating off of them. All thoughts, all vibes with Leon Slater in the ring, but I mean, after that spear, and a miraculous kick out, but is it a matter of time here?
Moose thinking about another spear, charging at Leon Slater, that left shoulder into the turnbuckle.
Great wherewithal. And wait a second.
Leon Slater got him up! We got him up!
Can he do this?
Trying to set up for that Rack Blue Thunder Bomb, calls in Utopia!
And Slater has come back to life. It is now Moose who is the hunted.
Spear by Slater!
Are you kidding me?
Slater speared Moose!
Moose is primed and in position.
Come on, kid!
And Slater is up top in front of 7,000 plus, gets the Swann 450.
And Moose kicks out at 2.9.
How?
No one in TNA has ever kicked out of the Swann 450.
Take a look at this picture picture perfect in every single way, but the face of the franchise, living up to every accolade he's ever won. And Slater looks like he's seen a ghost.
Leon Slater can't believe it. One of the most eye-popping moves in all of professional wrestling. The Swanton 450 wasn't enough to put away Moose. Now what does Slater do?
And look at that, you can see it. Oh, the frustration. Slater, that was his shot. And Moose egging him on.
Oh! The hunted has turned into the hunter. Oh, wait a minute, now Moose slowing up Slater. Oh, and down goes Moose. Moose perhaps acting out of desperation.
And you can see almost the anger building up in Slater, the determination reaching a different level.
On the move from the second row with a spear in midair.
And Slater just driven right out of the ring. The force of that spear driving Leon Slater from this very ring.
Slater on the outside of the ring trying to buy himself some time, but Moose is loading up. On the move, look out, Code Red! A tribute to Amazing Red!
But now can he get him back in the ring? Can Leon Slater capitalize?
Moose is back inside. Leon Slater trying to seal the deal, trying to make history.
Now, can he get it done when the moment matters? Can he make the moment?
And Moose rolls away.
And a little bit of sign language for Slater as Moose moves towards the center of the ring. Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Oh, a Swanton bomb!
A tribute to one of his mentors, Jeff Hardy, and now following up.
Swanton 450! Come on, kid! Leon Slater is the youngest X Division champion of all time!
Here is your winner and new TNA X Division champion, Leon Slater!
And Leon Slater going to celebrate with his mother, his sister, and his girlfriend. What a moment!